Hello, chat. Welcome to what I'm hoping is something that a lot of you guys were looking forward to. Welcome to UKITT 2025. It's finally here. It's February 31st. Oh, February 31st. So, I appreciate some of you know what UKITT is, and some of you have no idea what UKITT is. So I'm going to give a quick summary on kind of what to expect, what we're going into, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty and stuff that you guys are really looking for, the teams. So for those of you who aren't aware, we have a certain number of managers and a certain number of players, both of which the exact numbers will be revealed later on the stream. Gotta leave some surprise for you. Each of those teams will be split into one of two leagues. We've split into two leagues just because otherwise there'd be a million weeks of playing Pokemon and we physically don't have enough time. So there will be two leagues whereby each league team will play each other team in the same league, so we can have some standings in each individual leagues, and then first place of the playoffs, seconds, thirds and fourths, and we're able to basically crown a surefire and set rankings for who is the best team in the UK and Ireland. It's pretty cool, right? Now, I know that obviously some of you guys are wondering, oh, Rich, you're the yellow beanie guy. Where's your yellow beanie gone? Well, you see, they took it and made me promise to run UKIT, and then maybe... Hello?
Rich,
Yeah?
we're live. Quit yapping and get on with it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's get down from that. Oh. There you yeah, so as Ron says, we're going to jump straight into this, but I just want to say thank you everybody for your patience whilst we got this set up. This is a new adventure, and I'm really, really happy that all of you trainers are willing to fight to get my beanie back, so thank you. And let's pass you over to the casters, eh?
Hello everybody, welcome to UKITT 2025. So it's been a while. I'm Sam Wallace, joined here with Ben Kiriakou, Rich Taylor. Yeah, UKITT 2025, guys, we excited? Nah, the end stream there. Yeah. Why are we here, Ben? Why are we here? No one can hear Rich. Great words. Or no one can hear Ben even.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's been fun preparing for this. Yeah, a lot of fun talking to Ben today, talking to Rich, just chilling, enjoying life. We've got all decked out in our tuxedos. We're all looking very dapper. Yeah, excited to get started. Excited to tell you all about everything that's going on. Excited to tell you about our lovely casters, about our organizers, about all the players. And yeah, get excited for this year. It's gonna be great fun. Can't wait for it. But yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I have much more to say.
It's certainly going to be exciting. I do. All I'm hearing is chat absolutely ribbing.
I mean,
everything.
what about now? There's the question. What about whether or not chat can hear me now?
That's a very good question. Hi chat. Can everybody hear everybody? Oh,
Can everybody?
I hope so.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that you wanted to hear me, chat. But yeah, well, I'm actually.
get enough. You get enough from Ben
so,
anyway.
I've got to hold my hands up there. Because that was my fault. I thought that Rich was taking our audio from somewhere that he wasn't, and he wasn't. So I turned the audio off somewhere else. That's my bad. That's my bad.
We're EU stream. Rich
never go right straight play.
Yeah, but we're here now. And actually, that's yeah. What I was saying to everyone in chat when we first came on was, now I'm not excited. And what are we doing? We've had Richard's video now. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's the
Yeah,
point? We should just quit while we're ahead. So that's the little update for everyone there.
Yeah, I mean,
Sad that the gag didn't go off, but hey, you know what? We're here now, and we're gonna get UKITT started the right way. Start as we mean to go on.
Oh,
yeah,
going the
exactly.
UKITT way.
Technical difficulties are great.
Honestly, I'm ready to hit technical. In fact, we can have a showcase, if I can even be heard right now, of every single blue screen we have. I don't know if I can be heard, but ready for this chat. We will be back after you see.
Hey!
Fantastic work. We have everything set ready. Can everybody be heard right now? Rich is
Yeah, well, you're still echoing apparently, Rich. So
that's so cringe.
well, actually, I quite like it. I mean, I can't hear the echo, but we get more of you. The echo is just extra rich. I don't know why anyone.
Twice rich. Twice rich. Who's complaining? Who's complaining?
All I'm seeing is Rich echoing, I don't want too rich. Then there's one guy saying, I love lots of rich. Oh, I love it.
There we go. There we go. Okay, someone suggested I need headphones, so maybe I'm going to go and do that.
I mean,
can we cut to the
I'm the
technical
person who-
difficulties stream and pretend?
We will be
But
right
I'm not
back.
right.
Pretend the stream hasn't started yet, chat. Give us one moment. Oh,
Yeah. Well, since Rich can't be heard at the moment, or at least too many Riches can be heard. Hi, chat. How's it going? How we doing? Yeah, we're still working things through. So you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. In the meantime, Sam, did you catch any of?
Very, very proud of
course.
him. I'm sure all the Irish guys can attest to that. Very proud of him always. It's the second or third top cut this season. He's on a serious tear. Massive shout out to him and Mark Cotter as well for making day 2. That's just on the Irish side. So very happy that both of those guys did really well. Yeah, saw a little bit. Nice to see a few people who have played before, like Tia Tame was top 4, I think. Who else? Someone else I know was day 2, but
I was quite pleased to see Tier Team doing well after they had a really good run in the UIC, and then seeing a player come back again and carry on that kind of thing going. I don't know, it's nice to see. And yeah, looking at the names as well, the French community doing pretty well in Bologna. It's one of those events, isn't it? It's like special events. You get loads of players coming in. You kind of think, oh, a special event in Italy, it's going to be absolutely
Italian
dominated by the Italian players. They've got such a deep player base, right? So
yeah, of course, like
some other representation.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, it's good to see obviously some EU representation from outside of Italy and Spain. Who Liam Westy as well, of course, doing pretty well.
Yeah, I was just looking down the list there. Yeah,
30, did he make top 16 in the end? 17.
Yeah, no, 17th. So top 32, but the top 32. I think that's worth.
Yeah, top of the top 32. But no, yeah, seeing people from outside, Italy and Spain is always a good thing. Well, from our point of view, not necessarily from. I think I might be lynched in Italy if I say that too loud. But no, look, happy to see some stuff come true, or some Irish stuff anyway. Sorry, UK. I'm a bit biased. I'm happy to see some Irish people.
I was going to say, we're having the conversation here. Is this UK and Ireland or UK versus Ireland? We've got to decide before we get kicked off.
I mean, we'll look at the teams in a bit, but there are some strong Irish contingents on some of the teams. So if they do well, I mean, I might be showing a little bit of bias here. Hang
on a second. So, hang on. Is this like if Ireland does well, it's a competition? If Ireland doesn't do well, it's not.
It's like the thing. If a Scottish person does well, they're British, but if they do poorly, they're Scottish. Like if Andy Murray at tennis. Yeah. If Andy Murray loses a tennis final, he's a Scottish tennis player. Whereas if he does really well, greatest British tennis player of all time. So, I mean, you take a bit of grain of salt. I mean, we're obviously not British, but we're very proud of our Irish heritage. I'm sure lots of people, lots of our players in particular, are very proud of their Irish heritage.
I'm sure they are. And hey, we've got a friend of mine having a wedding in Ireland. He's of course Irish, and we're going there in September. And I'm really looking forward to going back to Dublin. It's and seeing more of Ireland. So it's a lovely place. You guys are all crazy, and I absolutely love it. I live for it. It's brilliant.
I mean, if you need a tour guide, I'm here. Also, September, VGC possibly coming back. Come to a local. We say this to all people who come to Dublin, or even Cork. Come to an Irish local. You won't regret it. Karaoke nights, etc. All the Irish guys are really fun. Really welcoming community. Just ask some people who've come over in the past, such as Jack Marshall, Jamie Chen, Jordan Guy, some of our favorites who come over the whole time. So obviously a bit biased, but yeah, we'd be more than honored to have you, Ben. So if you need anything from us, if you want to go out for a drink, we're all available. Just saying. When in Rome, some people say, but when in Dublin.
When in Dublin. Well, when in Dublin, maybe Rich can be joining us? ? Rich? Let's see.
We'll see if there's one or two of me, and I'm going to talk until somebody in chat pops up otherwise. But all I'm hearing, Sam, is you're threatening to have all of the players and casters and judges and everybody of UKITT coming over to Ireland just specifically for you and karaoke. Okay, I'm quiet.
Yes,
I'm a little quiet.
Some
Rich,
people
that will do. So. So yeah, you want how many people are there? I don't want to spoil numbers, but let's just say
now I know Ian. Now in the Teachers Club, I know there's a pretty hard limit of about 32, but I'm sure Ian can swindle his way to get a good bit of love shown to the Irish guys. So you can come over. We'll put the Pokemon to the side. but more importantly, we'll have some fun, build a big community, and yeah, you're all welcome. Just as a feeder there, it costs more for some people up north to go to London than it does to come over to Dublin. Just a little teaser.
Yeah.
Me and Rich looked at this earlier in the week, so there's proof.
It's worryingly. I mean, it's not expensive for me to get down to London, but I could actually get to Ireland similarly, quite easily. It's good fun. Right. Well, without further ado, if we're all here, if we're all present, if we're all ready, finally, which we were ready right at the start, chat, by the way. Just if anyone was wondering, we were actually ready at the start.
Yeah. This is 6:30, by the way. This is perfect UKITT.
This is
time.
6:30-ish. This is 6:30-ish.
Yeah. Well,
Shall we kick things off, Rich? Shall we kick things off?
Yes. Let's get karaoke plans aside, and we can circle back to that one at the end of the stream. But yes, hopefully there's not two of me. So, as Sam and Ben have said, welcome to UKITT 2025.
Oh.
There we go. We're coming back. Yeah, hi chat indeed.
Hi chat.
That's what Rich says. I don't know why Rich says that, but yeah, every time he says it, it makes me smile when somebody doesn't say it back to him. So there's some good things. There's some good things going all the way around, isn't there? Really. But yeah, we're gonna be spending the stream going through exactly what UKITT is, what's going on. We're going to be introducing our casters, we're going to be introducing our judges, and of course all of you wonderful people that have signed up to play in UKITT. We're going to be finding out where you're going to be placed, who of our managers has chosen you in their little snake draft format that they have, and what team that you're going to be fighting tooth and nail to try to win the prestigious crown, of course, that UKITT offers. The crown, patent pending. It's it's in progress. We're not confirming that there will be a crown, but I mean, there's certainly some good vibes from playing in UKITT. Let's put it that way.
Rich, do we have a crown?
It will be a crown. It will be yellow. It will be more fabric woven material. There'll be no metal. It will be a yellow beanie, and I only own one.
A yellow beanie.
It's gone for the moment. They took it from me. It's being held hostage. So let's actually jump into the first introduction of UKITT 2025. So we have our organisers, one of which is me. Sorry for you lot. I, along with Ron, who we saw on our Bologna stream yesterday, and again, can we get insane amounts of hype and love for Ron in chat for that stream game, showcasing not only her first time on stream, but showcasing a Pawmot on stream, official Pokemon stream for the first time in the longest of times. I'm not sure about you guys, I was absolutely enamored. The whole set, it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. And I did just want to give a massive shout out to Chimmy, who would be the usual organiser of UKITT. They've cultivated it over the years and grown UKITT into what it is today. And massive shout out to Chimmy for handing over the torch to Ron and I to essentially keep this going.
When you say handed over, Rich, do you mean handed over?
Or did you forcefully take it?
Fine. I can't comment either way, and my lawyer has asked that any questions go to him in writing and not through me directly. Thank you very much. You'll never know my secrets. So yes, for this year, it is Ron and I who are your organisers. You guys will be hearing from us a lot, as opposed to being Chimmy. So yeah, sorry not sorry. If you're sick of my voice already, good luck. You've got about 2-3 months left of it. So
I've got to jump in here, Rich, as well. I want to actually take a little bit of time. We're here to talk and hype up everybody, and we have to hype up already the work that you and Ron have put in. For everyone watching, Rich and Ron have put together a massive amount of information for what we're going to be, all the people we're going to be talking about today, all our players. And not just that, They've done lots of work in the background on setting everything up, organizing it, sorting out the managers, getting everything prepared so that we can all have a good old time and play a lot of Pokemon. So yeah, everyone in chat right now, like get some love towards Rich. I'm not going to say this very often because normally I like, taking the mickey out Rich and giving him a hard time, but like we gotta show both Rich and Ron a lot of love here for all the work they've taken out of their days to organize a big old Pokemon funsies for us and have UKITT continue to be running.
So, yeah, I mean, Rich has done a lot of
job,
work
guys.
with us, in particular over the last few days, getting us ready for this, making sure we're all comfortable, making sure everything's prepared, making sure he was making sure the stream was going to work properly, but in the most UKITT fashion of all time.
Hey, look, we're not talking about how successful we're going to be.
Exactly, but he's put in the work behind the scenes to really help us make the stream as easy as possible for us and make it as easy as possible for you guys to listen to and enjoy and understand what's going on this season. So thank you, Rich, for everything you've done. Very appreciate it, and I'm sure all the other casters who we're going to introduce in a second are very, very thankful for everything you and Ron have done over the last, I don't know, week or two at least for us, but even before that, getting everything set up. It's truly appreciated, and we just want to make it clear that it does not go under the radar. We all thoroughly thank you, and we couldn't give enough thanks to you and Ron, of course.
You lot are going to make me cry, actually. I was going to say, haha, look at that photo. I only realised yesterday that there's a hole in those jeans, and you can see it where there's that white patch. That's really funny and silly. Now you guys have made it real, and that's really sweet. Thank you, guys. We'll move on to the next series of introductions. But yeah, massive shout outs to Ron. She will be a lot more behind the scenes whilst I'm the one that's going to be annoying you guys. So yes, again, as I said earlier, thank you for your patience. We are your organisers for this year. Let us move on to introduce half of our casting team for this year.
Absolutely. I mean, look at all of these beautiful faces. These are the faces of the people, not necessarily in the attire shown, that we're going to be bringing all of the UKITT action to. I got to say this, Adam, if you're listening right now, or if you're listening in the future, I don't mind which one, please turn up to one of the casts wearing that suit of arms, because that is absolutely fantastic. Also, Ava, if you want to turn up with a sticker on your head saying "I love UKITT," I'm also going to be very, very happy about that. I think we can all appreciate the motivation here.
Why didn't we do that, Ben? We should have done that.
That's a good question. Yeah, we could have done. We could. Well, maybe we still can.
I mean,
God,
I'm going to
let me
stop
get my
you guys
marker
right
out.
there.
God.
You guys have seen the issues that I've had getting my microphone to work on my PC on my stream. You really think I can hot switch out photos in real time?
No, this is live. I'm just going to put a piece of paper on my head.
I mean, can I?
It's all good.
I don't know if I can draw. There you go. We can.
Oh yeah, love that. Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Yes,
you're basically there.
Accurate.
I don't know how to turn the pen off, so this might go horrifically wrong. Anyway, let's jump into basically who we've got. Give you guys in chat a rundown of who we have that's going to be commenting over potentially you guys' games. I also don't know how to get rid of your horns, so if one of you guys takes the reins, we'll figure out how to erase that. That would be lovely. Is that going to work? Oh. Look at that, you're normal again. Wonderful. So, if we just go left to right, top to bottom, we have a good friend of mine personally, and I believe a couple of you guys also know him. It's Alex Whammy, various names through online means. They stream VGC, they've streamed TCG, they've gone through real phases and realised that TCG is actually inferior, and playing VGC and UKITT is where it's at. All I'm going to say, they made the correct decision, dipped their toes, and then full 180 right back over to us playing VGC. So, fair play, looking to take their skills up another level, moving from just streams on their own to streams with a team. I'd say it's a professional stream, but based on the past 20 minutes that I've been providing, it might be less than professional. So, sorry, Whammy. We love our Whammy, and he loves to say, get whammed. So, if you hear that one in stream, I don't know, put a penny in a jar. I don't know how much we'll actually hear it.
Yeah, it's like
I'm surprised.
if I had a go on, Sam. Go on, Sam.
I was saying I'm surprised there isn't a Wigglytuff on the screen anywhere because he's been putting Wigglytuffs everywhere recently.
Oh my god.
So everyone knows the cursed Wigglytuff image with the teeth. So I'm surprised there wasn't a little Easter egg in the back of that photo somewhere. I'm sure Whammy's gonna put an Easter egg in there somewhere in one of the chats. I'm sure.
If there is,
Yeah.
I'm banning people. I'll say it. I hate that Wigglytuff. It's awful. Basically, that's what I think of that Wigglytuff. You all know, and if you don't know, good.
You know what? I'm just gonna say before we move swiftly on, that Wigglytuff actually kind of reminds me of you, Rich.
Don't
Adam
say that.
is the next caster that we've got on our list of casters. Yeah, like Adam's been around for a long time, right? He's one of the veterans, certainly, and not necessarily been playing every single year, but God, I think my first memory of Adam must have been back in like 2013, 2012, 2013 sort of times. Been playing a very long time, and has done UKITT casting before, so as a bit more of an experienced hand in this, and really nice to see Adam coming back. He's always a great guy to chat to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr. Technical
absolutely.
Difficulties would be very happy with how the stream's going today.
Yeah.
It's Adam's fault. That's it. Adam is cursed, getting the nickname Mr. Technical Difficulties, like you say, Sam. This is Adam's fault. Adam broke everything. It's not me, chat. Please, I will gaslight myself into believing that. So yes, Adam, I love you. If you're in chat, I'm really sorry this slander's coming your way, but I refuse to hold myself accountable. I will gaslight myself into believing that everything going wrong is not my fault. So
I think it's earned over the
we'll
last
jump
few years
ahead.
anyway.
Yeah. Before Adam can clap back, I see you in chat, but I'm going to choose to not read it till afterwards. Looking at Ava coming in with a sticker on their head saying "I love UKITT," dedication that I'm not seeing from anybody else on this slide. Where's your love? Where's your tattoos? Marking that you love UKITT. Please don't do that. That is a joke. I am only kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Only kidding, indeed. Only kidding, indeed. Now, Ava's going to be a great one to have coming into the UKITT casting family. Actually was casting some Valorant today at a live event, so got some definite skills that they'll bring to the table, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they're getting along with all of the rest of us casters, and spreading their skill set from one game to another. It's not always a straight line, but you always have something to bring if you've got experience in the casting game. So really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of hype with games like Valorant. Like, you're going to be energetic. And, I mean, in my opinion, the more energetic you can be in Pokemon, because in reality, let's face it, it's not the most energetic spectator sport. But by making it energetic with casters, it makes it a lot more enjoyable to watch. And, I mean, come from a Valorant background, it's definitely going to the skills learned from that casting is going to definitely translate well over to Pokemon. Look forward to watching some of their streams, listen to some of their games, and going from one person who loves UKITT clearly to someone else who definitely loves UKITT with how long he's been around. Ben.
Yep.
I mean,
Guilty as charged.
Has anybody heard of this guy? Does he need help? I think he got a
Yes
bit
is the
confused
answer.
and sent in the wrong application form or something. I don't know this Ben guy. Have you heard of him, Sam?
No. I heard he played a couple tournaments recently. And then like I think he wasn't allowed to play some, so he must have done something very, very wrong if he wasn't allowed to play some tournaments recently. Whatever it was, I wonder what happened to him. But here he is on UKITT. I think we're giving him a bit of charity by letting him cast UKITT this season. Hopefully he can get back on his feet and get a good thing going for himself. Ben, what's your thoughts on this cast?
Like if I can get back on my walking stick, that'll be a real success, won't it? No, I'm really excited to actually be here, and like I played my first UKITT last season, and really had a good time. And for me, like I'm gonna go real for a second here. This is yeah, no, I know we've already gone real once. This is like second time in a row, Rich. No, this is a really great opportunity for me. Like, I don't get to interact with as much as the UK community and the Irish community as I'd like to, and when I'm casting regionals and internationals and that, yeah, we spend a lot of time in the caster booths. We don't get to chat to people as much and see people. So just being able to have that bit of extra, and I don't get to go to locals as much these days. So having that extra little bit of interaction and that, I think, is a really important thing. And I love to see our communities grow, not only grow in numbers, but also grow in how good we are. And I spent a lot of time last season working with some of the newer players that were in our team. It's like, hey, this is how to think about the game, and this is how to start improving. And those players like Whammy, he's back to VG. I showed him a few ropes along the way last year, and look at him. He's gone to TCG for a little while, realized how good it was. He's come back. So yeah, for me, it's like it's a nice thing to be able to see the communities, but also then to hopefully, touch wood, be able to interact with all you guys as well. So really happy to be here.
Yeah, all jokes aside though, Ben, it's an honor to be here beside you. Honor to have the privilege to talk to you, cast alongside you. It's going to be great, I'm sure. I'm happy to help you, show you the ropes of some of the younger guys around here. I'm sure you'll be thankful for it. But no, it's honor. Honestly though, all jokes aside, it's an honor. Happy to have you here. Happy to be. I'm sure I speak for Rich as well. It's an honor to have you here, alongside some of the other guys who quite clearly might be casting above your pay grade. But look, honestly, it's great to have you here. Happy to talk to you. But yeah, thank you for everything that you've done, and yeah, that's all I really have to say. Just thank you again. I'm very thankful today.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a thankful day. We've got a lot of good going on. We've got a lot of good people to kind of introduce and get through, including what everybody really wants to see, the players. But speaking of players, the next name up on this list is somebody which you might recognise from a certain regional championship recently. We have Eden Bachelor, who actually won the Stuttgart Regional Championship. So that itself is a massive feat, as I'm sure we'll all appreciate. Even competing at locals, cups, challenges and grassroots is difficult at best. So the fact that they were able to go right the way up to the championships, take that crown and secure a World Championships invite is absolutely insane. So having them hop along on and join us in the casting booth for this season of UKITT, it's going to be crazy. Just the pure analytical skills that come from that raw amount of experience. I'm really excited to see how that translates through to their commentary as well.
Honestly, if Eden's able to get out half of the things that go on in their brain, get across like even half of that to any of you guys, it's going to be a good time. Eden's got a real depth of understanding, and actually the way that they look about the game and approach it is just it. When you play against someone that's just, it feels different. Like you feel like you're doing something, and none of the things that you usually do that are successful are being successful at the time. That's how I feel every time I play against Eden. They definitely take me to school these days. So yeah, and I'm sure they will. I'm sure they absolutely will get across a lot of the things that go on in the back of their heads. But it's a real treat to have someone that's as skilled being a part of the casting team.
Yeah, exactly. Like some of our players here are top trainers within the UK and Ireland, and having a current regional champion from Stuttgart as Eden casting alongside, it's going to give a nice insight to some of our players or some of our viewers as to how they think about Pokemon, and give some tips to them along the way. 'Cause at the end of the day, a lot of this is a learning experience, especially for spectators. Viewing matches and viewing regionals and stuff is such a vital way to learn insights into the metagame and learn insights into Pokemon in general, especially each format, especially when it's new. So learning insights from a top player like Eden is going to be very vital for some of our newer players and newer viewers to listen into.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of learning, the next person along on our list, Jack Kent, somebody who does have a bit of a background with casting, but not necessarily with Pokemon, but casting a completely different game that, honestly, when I was listening to some casting reels back, didn't have a clue what was going on, yet the descriptions and kind of commentary that was provided along with those videos that were sent across was absolutely astounding. So Jack absolutely trying to translate across some of these skills and go, right, I've done one thing, I'm going to move on and I'm going to expand my area of work, I'm going to expand my relationships, my casting experience. Jumping over to Pokemon, I think that's very, very exciting. I myself, not a Rocket League player, I was just kind of shocked at how much was going on so quickly, and yet Jack was able to very snappily keep up, get on with it, and just go, right, this is what's happening, this is how I'm breaking it down. So that's also going to be a real good perspective on a different game's experience showing through in the game that we know and love and are more familiar with of Pokemon. So that's going to be really, really cool. Are any of you guys like Rocket League players yourselves at all, or?
Absolutely not.
I
do
am
not have
one
the
of the
hand-eye
worst
coordination
players.
for that.
I'm one of the worst Rocket League
Fair
players I've
enough.
ever seen. The only thing I do know about Rocket League is that iconic casting clip of, I think it was the finals or whatever it was back in the day of the This Is Rocket League. I think that's like an iconic cast that a lot of people who are into commentary know about at least. But that's literally my peak Rocket League sort of like knowledge is just a clip. So I'm pretty bad at Rocket League. If anything, Jack might be able to give us some hints or give some tips because I need a lot, to be honest.
Right, so what I'm hearing is, Jack, when you're free, drop us a DM, give us some coaching advice, if you could, please. We'll move swiftly onwards to something of a callback that you mentioned, Sam. A familiar face to a fair few people here, Jack Marshall, a very well-travelled man. I've known him travel to Norway. He's gone to various Irish locals, because, as you say, sometimes it's just cheaper to go abroad than it is to travel down to London to hit the Orpington scene. So Jack, familiar face, Jack Marshall, Joshua as he's sometimes known. I mean, I'm sure you guys can attest to that. This man's level of skill is insane. Consistent day twos, great high level plays, fantastic team player. In fact, he's casted for UKITT previously as well, so we know he's got that experience under his belt from a chatting perspective, from a games perspective. Just a really cool person. Obviously, I'm slightly biased. I do know him personally as well. He's a wonderful, wonderful person, and the level of skill that he shows and giving advice on breaking things down and go, you could, change this with your team. I'm like, hands in the air. I don't understand how you can understand things that deeply, but hey ho, here you go.
Yeah, he's and he works hard. Like he's really into it, and especially when he's on, and he does go between being off and on with Pokemon a little bit, but when he's on, he is absolutely on. He said earlier that sometimes it's cheaper to go to Ireland to be able to play.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's absolutely true. It's definitely not cheaper to go to Norway to play. But he was on the grind. He was on the grind. You needed the points.
I'm pretty sure he went. I'm pretty sure that was the same weekend he was in Ireland. He was in Ireland, and like 2 days later,
yeah,
he was
that
in
Norway,
Oslo.
Yeah, and
it was.
I think that event was completely stacked as well. I think
Yes,
everybody,
it
like a
was.
bunch of people, travelled from various places. I think there was some Italians that went, some Germans that went. Like it was a proper little regional, but like small.
So
I can't remember how he did, but yeah, that was. I remember.
Sounds like the South African events.
Enjoying. Yeah, well, South Africa's got a few more points on the line, hasn't it? But
a couple.
Yeah, a small bit
only
more.
a little bit.
when you got to go, you got to go.
When you've got to
So-
go, you've got to go. That is a sentence
wise
that both
words.
does and doesn't.
This
need
is
context
experience
then.
talking. This is the wisdom that comes with years and years and years
Um,
of VGC. Somehow, this is all I've got to show for it.
I'm
When you've
worried
gotta
that
go,
that's all you
you've
have
gotta
to
go.
show, Ben. If you're saying I'm going to take a wee when I need to take a wee, I feel like we need to have words off camera. So we will move on before you tell me something else embarrassing that is recorded and going to be kept online forever. Kieran Gardner, a trainer who did play for a fair whack of time and did run some commentary back in 2022. They took a small break, life gets busy, and is wanting to absolutely shoot back in to the circles of Pokemon, both play and through casting, joining us on UKIT's team this year.
Yeah, I mean, nothing like to get you back into the swing of things than starting commentary in UKIT. Like I know myself. I took a break this year, coming back, and UKITT has kind of ignited a bit of a fire inside my heart as well. So I know exactly where Kieran's coming from. I'm sure that they're going to be very excited to get started casting games here. I'm pretty sure, having just ran through a bit of their bio here that I can read here, they're a lot of dedication in their soul and a lot of heart. I'm really excited to listen to some of their games. It's going to be pretty exciting, and yeah, like, as someone else who's come back from a break, I'm very excited to see someone come back with the same amount of passion as I have.
It's that's the thing, isn't it? It's sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes there's other things going on, and it's completely cool. Take a break when you need to, right? Some of us are addicted all the way through. I may be one of those people, but do you know what? Like, it's great to keep your relationship with the game strong and what's going on, and especially coming back into UKITT where we all want to win, but hey, this is a good fun time as well. So we can be competitive, we can have a bit of fun, we can showcase new players. All of those things. I'm sure Kieran is going to be great for being a part of, and looking forward to working with them later in the season. Hopefully, if things work out, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of working out, somebody who is very, very busy, I believe as of a couple of hours ago, might have just finished. There's this man who always seems to wear absolutely breathtaking suits at every regional that they cast. Has anybody heard of this Costa bloke with the picture in a corner? I'm a little bit unfamiliar. Do you want to give me a rundown of who this guy is?
Yeah, I mean, Costa's been about on the scene, hasn't he? He's one of our fabulous casters, and certainly I'm always excited every time that I work with Costa through the stream. In fact, we were talking before we went live. The first time that Costa and I worked together was his first regionals that he casted, Malmo 2019, and that was Costa, Romy, and I casting that event. But I just remember, and it's always been the same with Costa. He is absolutely driven to improve and be as good as he can be in any scenario. And I was talking lovingly with you, Rich, before we went live about how every time when he first started, every time he was like listening back in his head to the thing that he's just said as like, "Oh, I want to make it better," and clearly he has done that over the years. He's an absolute tribute to the game and the community, and well, I'm going to stop gushing here because otherwise I'll be gushing for a long old time. But love that man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
much
not a lot needs to be
respect,
said about him, but he's a legend of the scene.
Oh yeah, and again, this is going to sound like a real fanboy, but genuinely, pay attention to that man's suits. We've had some beautiful, deep emerald greens. I think this weekend suit was a lovely, deep, red kind of burgundy colour. Gorgeous. That man's drip is absolutely insane. I'll say it. I saw chat popping off for us guys wearing suits at the start. Just check out the broadcast. Look at Costa. That man's wardrobe rivals Bert's. If you watch any TCG streams, there's a few people who also dress drippy there. Costa paves the way in terms of fashion. But as you say, we could gush all day. Let's see if I can move the slide over without drawing something. We can! And here is the second half of our casting team, starting off with a lovely, lovely man called Lee. I've seen him piping up in chat. I've got to say, from a personal level, I do have a lot of respect for Lee. Lee has been the TO for basically the past kind of 2 seasons worth of Birmingham events, which is where I'm based, so there's a lot of love and a lot of respect for Lee here. He's basically single-handedly built up and kept alive the Birmingham VGC community. I know, Ben, you've come up for 1 or 2 of the events that's been hosted in Birmingham, and I've got a lot of love for this man. I need to stop, or otherwise I will end up gushing if you guys want to take it away.
Yeah, Lee's fabulous judge, and I'm really excited to see him, branching out in the community and doing that little bit more, a little bit of something different. He's always great to chat to, so I've got absolutely no worries about him being on the cast. He's always a good fun guy to be a part of, and he does work so hard for the community. And as you say, he's been doing pretty much all of the. But in fact, I'm pretty sure the last time I saw him was in Whitney, which is distinctly not Birmingham. Running a locals, or at least helping out one of the two. So yeah, really great guy. He's got some knowledge of the game. I think. I've never actually played against Lee because he's always been judging or organising. So I'm looking forward to seeing him, getting that sort of game knowledge out, and I'm sure that will help him back when he's judging, knowing, a little bit more of what's going on. So yeah, really love to see him here.
Yeah. I don't really know Lee that well, obviously not from that neck of the woods, but from what I've heard, he's obviously, well, from what Rich has said, he's obviously punished Rich a lot for team sheet errors in the past. So I'm sure he'll be quick and easy to give Rich a bit of constructive criticism if he steps out of line.
That's a very nice way of saying Lee is going to take a few of my Pokemon away from me, Sam. So I appreciate that wording. Thank you.
And we appreciate Lee for taking those Pokemon away. Now, moving on to someone that I'm excited to see back in the video game world is our one and only Nigel Gower. And Nigel, I've got some fantastic photos of Nigel from back in the day when he cosplayed as Superman to one of our EUICs. Like, the guy's good fun, and he's got a lot of experience legacy playing in the video game. We've had some really tense matches over the years. We've worked together on a lot of things. Nigel's understanding of the game is very, very good, and I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. He's had a bit of a break like many others, but really excited to see him back, not just on a personal level, but also with what he brings of his experience of the game. It's good to see you, Nigel.
Fantastic, and welcome to the crew, Nigel. There's a small child that somehow infiltrated the stream dock next. Sorry, I don't know what it's doing there, really. No, jokes aside, hello,
hey.
that's me. Organizer, caster, I'm a jack of many things that can't do anything right, so I bet you can't wait to hear me not only butcher the stream back end, but also butcher casting a stream. So, hello chat, that's me. I'm a bang average Pokemon player, and I was put on the cert to do two things, talk and forget. So I'll definitely do the first one, and I'll forget how to set up a stream. If you know me, you do, and if you don't, then I'm really sorry if you do meet me. I'd say you can try and avoid me, but you'll hear me before you see me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm quite sure that you can probably hear me talking in real life now, not even through the stream. So, yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, I mean, we've already
Rich, we've already given you a little.
There's too much detail to go into. I've seen things. Chat. So speaking of things that I've seen, the next person on our list here, Sam. So are you any of you guys familiar with the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate scene or game? Do you play it at all?
I don't, but I know a lot of people who do. Shout out Brian Handley. I know he used to be big into it. Matty Morgan as well used to be a Smash player. Pretty sure he won an event not recently, but a couple months ago. But yeah, I mean, from casting Smash tournaments, your voice is going to have serious strength, and it's going to be seriously fast paced. So I know that Sam comes from a Smash background, so honestly, I don't know how he does it, but all credit to him because that takes serious skills.
And not just that, it's the vocal cords as well. I mean, what I know of Smash casting, it gets pretty hype, not just fast paced. They from what I understand, they go for it. So you know what, fair play.
Oh,
absolutely. Takes a lot of vocal training not to cause yourself problems in the vocal cord region. And if Sam can do that, he's going to be a credit.
Yeah, absolutely. I already necked a bottle of water just going through this stream, and I've barely even spoken. So, yeah, fair play being able to keep up with fast things. I know keywords such as wave dash and tipper when you're playing Marth. That's as far as my knowledge goes. So, fair play, Sam. If you're able to keep it up, then fantastic. I am really excited to see what you're going to be doing. Never mind, in chat, they've just said my vocal cords have been shot for years. Never mind, we take it all back. Really, really sorry. Kidding, obviously, Sam. Welcome to the team. And speaking of Sams, there's another friendly face next. Anybody know this guy?
No, we can move on. No, look,
Well, Sean Summoner then. Sean
Yeah,
is
look.
the next. Go on, Sam.
Sounds
Introduce
great.
yourself.
No, look, my name's Sam Wallace. I'm Irish. That's about all I really need to know about me. I'm a very mediocre VGC player. I'm still living off 2014 Stuttgart that Ryan Powney and Raj Desai know very well. We ran a Bramblegas team together. 2 of them day 2'd. I went from 4-1 to 4-5. I don't want to talk about it, but to this day, that's my best achievement in Pokemon. It's the most fun I've had at an event, and in general, I like having fun at events. I like meeting people. I like spending time with the community, because I spend a lot of time with the community when I'm not playing for day 2. So I tend to spend a lot of time with my friends, spend a lot of time with the guys, because, well, if I didn't spend a lot of time with the guys, I would just be in the hotel room crying. So that's really all I have to say about my play style. Casting wise, have a bit of experience with a few podcasting with some of my friends, Kevin and Justin, and I also have casted at 1 or 2 events in Ireland before, with Reunification back in last May, was it? Around then, that's a while ago now. But yeah, so that's kind of my background. Not a whole lot, but very enthusiastic, very excited for this season. Excited to be back playing Pokemon, talking Pokemon, speaking with everyone. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about myself.
And obviously, you forget to re-mention avid karaoke goer. I can't wait to hear that on one of the streams that you're casting. I'd love to hear you break out into song when we see an unexpected KO, and if we don't, I'll be disappointed, but does that matter?
Oh,
Not
of course.
at all. Pleasure to
I
have
mean,
you, Sam.
let's see. There's videos of me singing "Runaway Baby," "Dancing Queen." What else is there? Just the Two of Us. Great song by Bill Withers. I mean,
Okay.
I can bring
Yeah.
it. I can hit it all. Just ask anyone who's ever been to the Drunken Fish at Meat in Ireland. But yeah, that's all I can really talk about. Moving on swiftly from me. I don't want to spend enough time talking about myself. Move on to Sean Sumner.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich, you're friends with Sean. You can take him off.
Oh, absolutely. I know this man's. He has probably 2-0'd me in more locals than I've even been able to take a single game from him. A very, very stern player, very efficient and practiced. I know currently this man's is locking in for NAIC, as that is also coming up very, very soon. I'll forgive him. It's Shawnee Boy 335. The other 334 of them were inferior. They were removed, says chat. This is peak Sean. This is prime Sean. I've worked alongside him doing some Victory Road casting during the 2024 Victory Road World Cup. That's a mouthful, say that fast 3 times. So I know he's got a good whack of experience in gameplay. He's got a good whack of experience in commentary. Honestly, lovely guy. Never declines a Spoon's invite. Can't really complain, can I?
Not at all. And Sean's got a bit of history in the game as well, from way back when. Because I met Sean the first time when Sean was only a wee lad back in the 2012 National Championships, and we were in the queue, like quite close to each other, queuing up to play that tournament. So yeah, Sean had quite a bit of a bigger break than most of our players, but they came back in with I think 2022, 2023 sort of time. And have really been on the improvement train. They've been really trying to improve themselves as a player, really commit to the game, really go for it, both locals, regionals, and of course the internationals that they're playing at. I think that the last time I looked at the CP standings, I'm pretty sure Sean's well in contention for a World Championship invite this season. So it's definitely all paying off and going in the right direction for him. Really happy to see him here.
Yeah, so when I say that I cannot beat Sean, there is statistical proof that Sean is a very strong player, lots of day 2s, and there's lore. That's fantastic. There's historic lore about Sean as well, so you know that there's going to be business coming from him, from his commentary, as well as gameplay. If he's playing, we shall see later, because I don't actually remember. So we'll have a look at the next person on the list. I've full govied them, but a lot of you may better know this person as Shmon. Fantastic caster, great person, community favourite, hosts a lot of stuff. I believe. Oh, I'm gonna lore drop myself. No, I'm gonna out myself here for not remembering. But streams and records like locals to kind of store, help people learn, help people grow. Has hosted some shiny challenges at events. Basically, if you name something to do with Pokemon, correct me if I'm wrong, Shmon's done it.
Yeah, the VG, TCG, Go, Unite. Like, take your pick. Shmon either plays it, or judges it, or casts it, or all of the above. It's like, which Pokemon game do you play? Yes, is the answer that Shmon would give. Fantastic guy. Really enjoy working with him, seeing him at events. You're absolutely right, Rich. Total community favorite, total babe, total darling. We absolutely love him, and it's great. He brings such a knowledge, such an energy to everything that he does. You can't help but smile when you see his face, especially when he comes prepared in his garb of choice, as you can see on his photo there.
Yeah, you don't get more personality purely through aesthetics, let alone actually speaking to Shmon. And you can look at somebody and think, okay, and then you look at Shmon and think, wow, you just seem friendly, you seem approachable, you're here for a good time, but also here for a long time, hitting day twos whenever they feel like it, really. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think Shmon hit day 2 in Bologna. I might be cooked, but
yeah, yes, they did.
Yes,
they did. Because they broke the 5-3 curse. You broke the 5-3 curse this weekend.
I did remember my lore. Gosh, there's a lot of people to go through, isn't there? But yes, so I mean that shows it. The last EU regional or special, I believe, hitting a day 2 on it. Lovely weather.
Yeah.
You can go kick out by a pool once you're done. So I'm kind of jealous, Shmon. If you're listening and you're by a pool, please don't send a photo. If you're hot and sweaty though, then that's fine. You can. But
also, please DM me.
Oh, Ben. Okay, so moving on before this gets freaky.
Yeah, we've got. And do you know what? I'm not going to hide it. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to say Zeke. And yeah, we're gonna learn later. So apologies if I've mispronounced that at all. But welcoming a newer Pokemon trainer to the scene, of course, and they've got so much passion for what they're doing, and it's really great. Not only to see them coming in, but to come in with excitement and not taking them not taking it too seriously. Just here to have a good time because of that Diplin on their head. You can tell. Really love to see that. A little bit of a background in talking about Formula One, so a completely different thing. If we're talking Smash being fast-paced, Formula One I think is a little bit more slow-paced. It's you've got a bit more time to talk about what you're doing, but that means that you get the opportunity to say a lot of things, and I'm sure that Zeke can bring a lot of stuff to the table here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's apparently a lot of love for Zeke in chat as well. Nicknames such as the Heat Zeking Missile. I assume that's said in friendliness, but hey ho, here we go, Tom. If not, I'll out you directly. LOL, being ratatouilled by an Applin. Does that technically count as ghosting? Are we going to have to put some bans out if you're being ratatouilled whilst casting? Is that possible?
Let's take it under advisement. I mean, you're running the tournament here, Rich, so we'll have to see as soon as we get into it.
That's a good point.
But yeah, we make the rules as they come, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And my rules are, if I don't see it, it can't hurt me. So you know what, crack on. If you're being ratatouilled by a little Applin, crack on. Honestly, that'd be quite fun to take a look at. So, I'm here for the visuals. And speaking of visuals, our favourite artist, a name that some of you might have heard, Zoe Liu. A little bit of information that I believe you might be privy to, Ben. Zoe is an artist, official Pokemon caster, Victory Road caster, but also, correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, 2017 OCIC champion that you were also at?
I was. And in fact, I played against Zoe in day 1, day 2, and day 3 of that event.
Really?
Yes. We played in both days of Swiss and in the top 4. And, well, Zoe won the event. I'm taking the fact that our overall match record that weekend was 2-1 in my favour. I beat her both days in the Swiss and lost when it counted.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? Fair play to Zoe. And she's a fabulous part of the community. Wonderful artist, of course. If you haven't seen any of what Zoe produces, like tournament after tournament after tournament, it's just banger after banger. It really is. Check out her Twitter. She or X, should I say? She posts on there with all of our artwork. She's got a lot of experience in playing. Of course, now a lot of experience in casting at our regional and special championships. And yeah, wonderful person to be part of the team, definitely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Chat's already writing about Twitter and X, so fantastic, Ben. Please cause more controversy. I live for this until my Twitch channel gets banned, in which case then I really won't. But yeah, we have a lot of love for Zoe. That does wrap up our casting team. So everybody, if you're in chat, hello, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you all here. If you're watching this on, I don't know, VOD or replay, whatever it's called, I don't know, I'm old, then it's a pleasure to have you here, but I'm saying this to future you. So from past me, hello, and thank you guys for being here. We have a lot of casters. We're going to go through our judges, and then we're going to hit the thing that you guys want to see. Your teams, your team names, your team managers. So we will absolutely throw it over to you guys, and we'll take a look at our judging team for this year when the thing wants to play ball. Here we go. So just for context, Mark has been judging in Bologna, so Mark, fun fact, there is a fun fact about Mark, I promise you. I just couldn't update it in time. If you want to take the reins, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, great to have Mark, well, both Mark and Angel here. And let's have a little look. Mark's fun fact. Well, they played for Cornwall RFU or they went skydiving multiple times. So actually, I have no idea what RFU means. Sorry, Mark. That's on me. But skydiving multiple times, jumping out of a plane.
No,
I mean, safely jumping out of a plane, so they say. But I still got to say that's pretty cool.
Oh, apparently
it's rugby
football
based.
Union.
Yeah, rugby football.
Rugby.
There we go.
Cool. Well, I don't do sports, so that's far beyond me.
Fine.
So
I'll take
for doing that. I don't like touching grass, so the fact that you're able to just go and crack on with some rugby, kind of crazy. But also jumping out of aeroplanes. I'm scared of roller coasters. If you think I'm going skydiving, you're mad. I'll out myself. I'm terrified.
I'm not far behind you, mate. I'm not far behind you.
I mean, if you can like
Yes,
get into a scrum with a bunch of other
main
people.
judges for this season. We also have Angel. If you guys want to take it away with Angel.
I'll let you go, Sam. Are you? I can't hear anything that Sam's saying at the moment. I don't know if you guys on chat can hear Sam at all. We may be having some technical difficulties with Sam's mic again, but well, in the meantime, Angel quit playing VGC after a boyfriend played Kyogre stall against her during practice. I do not blame you, Angel. Yeah, there's definitely better things to have happen to you in the video game, so fair play. Yeah, it might be something to do with Discord by the looks of things going on from Sam. So
Discord's having a mo. That seems to be really, really fun. Okie.
Apparently I can be heard, but no one else can hear me.
Your partner casters for a moment whilst we fix something that's broken. It's fine. It's a Discord problem, not a me problem. So I'll out myself on that. That's totally fine. Bosh, 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 bosh. So we will jump ahead whilst we get these technical difficulties finished. So the thing that we are looking at right now is our tournament schedule. So again, I appreciate that some of you guys are new to UKITT, some of you are experienced, but we have a general series of timings that we're going to be working to, just so we all have a completely clear plan of what's happening through UKITT.
Hi, stream.
So, week 1 will be commencing Monday, the 16th of June. So that is essentially 2 weeks tomorrow, to give a bit of time for regionals. I think NAIC is coming up. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to pretend I have the dates memorized for all of the events coming up, but I definitely don't.
Yeah, we'll pretend NAIC's there.
We'll pretend that. I mean, look, we've got things kicking off and getting started. That gives us in Europe and UK and Ireland a little bit of extra opportunity to play some video game. Of course, we're going to have a bit of a break for the World Championships, and then we'll be back once the World Championships have concluded. So a good little time frame where we can all have some fun, play some video game, and get to know our community that much better.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good run basically. It should basically put us in time to begin the actual VGC season for next year. So yeah, it's going to be a good run. We're going to have a lot of games going on. It's basically just going to be a slate to put in Richard terms. So moving onwards, we're looking at the structure. So I gave a brief intro earlier just to run people by the tournament structure. There are in fact 14 teams, which means we have 14 team captains, 14 honestly fantastic logos. I think these are great. I've seen most of them came through my DMs and I've gone, wow, this is insane. So there are 2 leagues, so that we'll have 7 weeks of Swiss to not have basically a million weeks of Swiss, whilst we have 14 people facing off against 14 people. It will be 7 weeks of Swiss. 1 team will receive a bye per. I think we have our legend Sam joining back, so we should be good to go shortly. A win is 1 point, a loss is 0. There are no
a win is 1 point, a loss is 0.
Yeah, this is a big change, isn't it?
Yeah, so just because we have so many more people present, we are basically eliminating draws.
Hello?
Hey!
Am I heard?
Sam, hello.
We can hear.
There we go.
Right,
oh my
hopefully,
Oh my lord.
we can now hear Sam, and all of you guys in chat can also hear Sam. So can we just?
Apparently they could hear me all the time, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you came back to Discord. You came back to Discord, and hopefully that hasn't broken the other things that are going on. I'm waving my hands around quite a lot right now.
That's fabulous.
Fingers crossed.
Welcome back, Sam. I'm really, really sorry if we did speak over you. Apparently me and Ben are just old and could not hear you stream or listening. We just weren't selective hearing apparently, so I'm really, really sorry. So yeah,
that's okay.
The big change, no draws. There should be an odd number of matches happening every week, so that there should be no potential for draws. However, if a match ends in a draw, A, how, and B, please don't have a recreation of Lille 2023, because oh my gosh, I'm not sitting through that again. So there will be definite winners.
Yeah, I was casting that event. I was vamping during that time. I was on the cast with Lou. We were talking, waiting for that game to end. So yeah, I'm right there with you. But Sam, now that you're back, at least with us, I know you've been around. Take it away. Carry us on.
I mean, I just wanted to take a little point saying about the wins and losses. Last season, I was on the Pat of Cakes. We drew every week except for 1. So I'm very disappointed that there's no draws, to be honest. I'm sure Bomber, Andy, everyone else on the Pat of Cakes last season can attest that no draws is no fun for us. We lived for going down 3-0 and then coming back and tying it up. So I'm not very happy about it, but hey ho, it makes more sense. It's a lot more streamlined being 7 versus 7, especially with the amount of teams, the amount of players we have. It makes a lot more sense. But
hey, if you've
as
got
a player,
complaint, raise it to the organisers.
I know, God, those organisers, they just never listen.
Yeah. Honestly, them lot are so rude.
They just
Whoever-
like to think that they know everything. And,
Yeah, it's
and
terrible,
that's it.
especially that bloke.
Honestly, if I was an organizer, I would fire Ron for just being that person that doesn't listen to anything. Rich, you're absolutely fine. You're fine. I think it's Ron that just needs to learn to listen to everybody else. I'm joking. I can't carry this on. I've always got a straight face when I'm saying this. I just can't even carry it on.
Yeah, no. So it is different. However, all I'm hearing, Sam, is instead of going 3 down to a 3-3, you're gonna go 3 down to a 4-3 to take that win. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what's just gonna happen, right? You're just gonna lock in and go, yeah, we'll go 3 down, 4-3 up, right? Winning.
100%.
Wonderful. I don't remember how many slides there are. However, I think. Oh, I'll go for a quick rundown of this. I'm not going to go through every single format because there's a lot of them. TLDR is.
It looks like it's going to have to be that way.
Sword and Shield. There's a few highlight formats that we can use. There are all sets on the Master Doc which will be distributed. There's everything from Scarlet and Violet, and this particular piece, other formats may be considered on a case-by-case basis. Essentially, what we're saying is... I think my internet has gone crazy there. Apologies, chat.
You know what? I think if we're back now, let's say the case by case basis does have to be agreed by everyone. You can't just come in with a little cup team willy nilly. You can't play best of 17 random battles or best of 35 random battles. just come to the game like that. But if you want to, and everyone agrees, everyone's enjoying it, you know what? Go for it.
That's the key thing. Basically, if you as a player or a manager would like a fun and or silly format, make sure there is a strict set of rules so that we can all be agreed on and everybody knows what's what, and then both teams say yes. So yes, in chat you can metronome battles. Yes, in chat really you can ran bats if you really want to. However, it does need to be agreed on by both teams. That's the best thing that we can do is we'll allow it as long as it's reasonable, because I'm not having anybody getting cyberbullied through Pokemon, because that just doesn't sound very fun. So yeah, just keep it respectful. We're all here for a good time, but we also do want to win. I get that. So chat's popping off with some random formats. This is going to make me cry. No, we're not playing Team Fortress 2.
Can we buy?
Now this should be what you guys really want. We know.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is it. We've been stalling up till this point. We've been making it just so more enticing when it comes in. But without further ado, let's start going through these teams that are going to be competing, all 14 of them between the two leagues, and seeing who's going to be competing against who.
Yes, it's very exciting. So yeah, 14 teams, 14 team managers. Some of them you'll know, some of them you might not. But first up, here is a man I know quite well from locals. It is Cecil or Jack. So they took a different approach when giving me a fun fact, and rather than going about them, they spoke to some of their team building group and asked for a quote. So I believe it was Way who said this. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're here in chat, but here it was said that he thinks he can beat anybody now that he's beaten Marco Silva, which, to be fair, is a bang-on statement. You know, you beat Marco, that's an achievement, but the man thinks he's invincible. I hope that. I hope it carries through. Really.
I remember distinctly saying at EUIC that he had just too many points when we were talking about Marco, and you know what? I'm going to stand by it, because he does have too many points. Leave some for the rest of us, Marco. I'd like some of the runs that Marco's been on is crazy. So the fact that if you can take a match off him, yeah, fair play. Especially now that he's in his prime. Why the hell not?
Yeah, it's going to be banging. So Jack, if you're here, I also love the Portmart representation. There's been a lot of Portmart love recently circulating about the internet, Twitch chats, Twitter. So bang on choice for that one. But yeah,
There we
so
go. Am I back?
we're gonna try and zoom through so we can get to who is where for the second team. We do have the Sky Pillasaurus, the team that is
Am I
managed
back?
by somebody that I feel like a lot of people know. I know we've spoken about him before. It's oh, I think you're back. Hello.
Okay. Can you hear me properly? It's not.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
lagging.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, we can hear you. You crack on. I apologise if we spoke
Oh.
over you there, Sam. You go for it, buddy.
I honestly think it's just my fault. Apparently the stream can hear me well. So I don't know what my Discord's doing. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, Manny and a Sky Pillasaurus. I think it's just a you guys problem, to be honest. So you guys can sort that out yourselves. It's obviously not my issue. Okay, you can hear me. I can hear me. That's okay. I think I'm okay. God, technical difficulties really are just the bread and butter of this server and this league. Yeah, do you have a quote for Manny? I don't see anything on my screen.
No, I wasn't given.
We don't have a
anything.
quote about Manny.
Manny doesn't need a quote because I think pretty much everybody has talked to Manny over the his time in the Pokemon community.
A lot of people have
He's
spoken to Manny.
he's very well known and very well liked in the community. A lot of love for Manny.
Yeah, the amount of times I sit near him at regionals and he's just introducing himself to his opponent. Pretty distinct English voice as well, especially when you're in a foreign country. Very, very nice guy. Always a pleasure to be beside or be near. So that's all I can really say about Manny. Haven't had too many interactions with him, but just from seeing how he interacts with the community, it's very very good to see he's a manager in this league. Very welcoming. So if you're drafted to Manny's team, don't be afraid to say anything to him. He's very talkative. He'll be very happy to help you along and interact with you. So don't be afraid. That's all I'll say.
There we go. So yes, I think at least in my ears, Sam's back. Thank you for that. And again, apologies for the technical difficulties, Sam. Apparently, I just can't keep a consistent stream going because why would things go well for UKITT? So speaking of things going well, though, a returning name with a returning team, Scotty with the Paldea Palafins. Who remembers this team from last year, eh?
Yes.
Second place,
young
right?
Scotty.
I think so.
It's first or second?
Second place. They were in the final anyway. I think it was second. I think did the Populous win it last year?
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
might be...
That is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Scotty's a great manager and certainly someone that will push a team to improve and be better. He is a welcoming, short, grumpy Birmingham lad, and we've got a lot of love for Scotty. But and certainly, if you're drafted by his team, you're going to be seeing a good opportunity to do pretty well in this event so far. They've been pretty consistently managed by Scotty to be some of the top performing teams, or one of the top performing teams in UKITT, and yeah. I'm sure we'll see him do well.
That we will. And imagine being old enough to remember that there are only 151 Pokemon. I'm going to ignore the fact that I was old enough to remember when there was only 151 Pokemon, and I'm going to let that slide entirely. So, Scotty, good to have you back. Can we see a first place from you? We will see. Moving on, we have, I believe, another returning team, the Postwick Patacakes.
I can talk a lot about Andy. Andy, my former coach from last season. Combust Andy, good friend of mine. He doesn't have a quote here, but he did send me one. He said that he's normally found in a pub after going X4, so that's always a good thing to find. And him and one of the other guys, Luke, both had an experience where they went after London Internationals, but went 0-4 and ended up blacking out on dark fruits. So Andy, always a pleasure to talk with you, talk about you. obviously, can't wait for you to draft your team, and yeah, lots of love for Andy, especially from last season. So accommodating, such a nice guy. Can't speak highly enough about Andy, and yeah, that's all I can really say about Andy. Very, very much love from me, much love from a lot of the Irish guys too.
Another old hand as well in VG, very much so. Yeah, a lot of fond memories with Andy over the years, and always such a great guy. Got to play not too long ago, and we had some. In fact, I think we played last year in UKITT actually. I'm not sure Andy would like to repeat what happened in that match because it was a little bit one-sided, but such a great player, and I'm looking forward to what he's bringing to the table this time round for sure.
Fantastic. So a lot of love. I just want to ask a question to you guys. There's questions in chat going, are we going to see any Wigglytuff team logos? What do you guys think? We're 4 in. Is there going to be any first Wigglytuffs here, do you reckon?
I mean, you had a pretty
I don't know what's coming next
guideline for managers saying that there was only going to be one allowed, if any, because we didn't want to introduce the Wigglytuff Warriors, the Wigglytuff Wanderers, Wigglytuff Weapons, like, because if allowed, that probably would have happened.
Yeah, so shall we have a look at the next one and see what's coming? Haha, you've been pranked. It's not a Wigglytuff. We have another returning manager. We have Cammy with Silicobra Kai. Sweep the legs. There's a lot to say about Cammy. I believe you were partnered with Cammy on Cammy's team last year, Ben?
Yeah. Sweep the leg. We got a lot of good photos of sweeping both Manny and Cameron, one of our two of our players from last year. We managed to see them in person, literally sweeping the leg. Yeah, the pictures show it just before we made contact, but yeah, we weren't holding back, Cammy and I. We were definitely sweeping the leg. That was our little saying across the season. And Cammy's great guy, great manager. I really put a lot of effort in last year, not just in the fact that he wanted to have a name that he could of a team that he could really have a lot of fun with, but that also led to the way that he managed the team and really put a lot of work in. We worked hard together for mostly draws. We lost our first match and then drew every single match again. So right there with you, Sam, for the no draws maybe not working to our favour from last year. But hey, you know what? At least this year, Cammy might be able to win or lose a match rather than draw them. So looking forward to seeing what he's going to be doing for sure.
Fantastic. And chat really seemed to like EUIC episode 2 from this bio. Kind of crazy being 7th best FIFA player in the world. Again, I don't football scares me. That's exercise. So 7th best, that's kind of banging work. So again, if you're here,
considering how competitive FIFA is now, FIFA's pretty competitive now. I dabbled in it a while back, but being 7th best in the world is serious. Very impressed by that, actually. First time I read it.
So what I'm hearing is, if you've drafted Cammy's team, you're going to have a strict training regime up at 6, 4 hours of Showdown, 4 hours of kart games, 4 hours of FIFA, eat, sleep, bed, repeat.
No, you're not allowed to eat. Oh. No, you're not allowed to eat. No mercy. We do not eat. We train. We do nothing else.
No,
you're not allowed to sleep either.
Cool. If you have a complaint with your manager, then please raise it to the organisers or raise a ticket to the Pokemon Company. They are not affiliated with this whatsoever, but it's fun to say. Raise a complaint to your organisers. Please don't. That's me. So moving on, we have yet another returning team with the Twin Leaf Typhlosions. The manager, Karim, or Cold Flame, as his Discord profile shows. Very friendly man. I've spoken to him quite a lot going to locals. I don't know how much you guys have interacted with Karim, but oh my gosh, fantastic player. Very thorough manager. Wants to make sure that this team is going to be going all the way to finals this year. Typhlosion's getting love in the chat already. Gosh, wow, everybody loves this. As you can see by the quote, Karim is in it to win it. We are not taking losses. We are not taking draws. We're going to be going all the way, which is honestly sick. And yeah, I just love the logo as well. Specifically, like all the logos have been heat, but I love the leaf in the flame. It's just such a beautiful design choice.
That's a good design. Yeah, like, I haven't had a lot of interactions with Kareem, but the first thing I noticed when I hopped in the server room was everyone was just blaming him for everything, which, if that's not a good sign of someone's liked in the server, I don't know what is. If you can't take the little jokes and little abuse, then like it always shows that you're a fun person to be around. So
Yeah.
I will endeavor to keep blaming him for everything that happens. The technical difficulties could have been his fault for all we know, but I'm on board with it.
It seems reasonable to assume, doesn't it? Does seem reasonable. Kareem's a great guy, and I've spent a good amount of time at internationals with him. He's come to join us at dinner after events, and what I will say is this: there are very few people that are more passionate about the game and the community than Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
Really does love what he does, and really wants to just get involved all the time. And again, it's always the case. It's always the case, and I'd say it before, I'll say it again. Yeah, having those sort of people as part of these teams and the communities is really great.
Yeah, no, I cannot echo that enough. It's great to see him coming back. I've heard good things about like them as a manager, how they work, how willing they are to kind of jump on calls, help people, go through coaching. So, you know, as is with every manager we've had so far, you're in good hands. Moving on to our next team. Is it Wigglytuff themed? Oh, absolutely not. We have the Castelia City. I always struggle to say this Pokemon's name. Cobalion, is it?
Cobalion, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a good friend of Matt's. Matt Potter, of course, if people don't know him, or Postman P. Shout out his YouTube channel. Very insightful stuff on there. Matt's a good friend of mine. Became friends with him recently over Draft League, I believe. And yeah, we've met up in person at Gdansk. I always talk to him, join his streams. He's a great guy, great family man as well. Has a few kids, and he's a lovely guy. And yeah, if he's very friendly, very easy to talk to. If you're on a team with him, I've said this before, don't be afraid to talk to him. He's more than welcome to talk to you and all. He did really well with Cobalion. Oh god, what tournament was it? A tournament earlier this season. Him and a few of his friends in his team building group. I believe one of them may have done really well in day 2. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I know Matt's a great guy. Looking forward to see the team he drafts. Anyone on his team is going to be privileged because I'm a big fan of Matt myself.
Absolutely. I do need to make a shout out to people in chat, specifically Splash Second Cousin saying, I designed this logo as well. Please somebody insult me not to let my head get too big. I think this is a banging logo. Can't lie, so honestly let that ego grow, buddy. Gorgeous logo. Completely mirrors the trainer, as you say, and also in the messages that I got asking for fun facts, Matt did say, I'm not a wizard. I don't believe that, because how can you get like 8-3 with a Cobalion? I believe it was Birmingham regional chat saying.
Yeah, that's what it was, I think. Yeah,
that's crazy with a Cobalion. No offense against the Pokemon, but like it's such a rogue pick, right? Like that's like a Jamie Boyd level. Yeah, I'll rock up with a Cottony and win a regional. Like that's just crazy cooking. So fair play. You can't knock that at all. So
yeah, Matt's a great guy.
Oh. We are.
That is a team logo. That's a team logo.
This is the harbinger of death for everyone who's in everyone who's in UKITT last season. Did pretty well. I think won it all. Lost to the Patty Cakes. That's all I'm gonna say. Lost to the Patty Cakes. In a week that didn't matter to them. But look, Tom's a great guy.
And Scotty Scotty's in chat. Oh. He's agreeing with that sentiment actually.
Yeah.
He's agreeing with that sentiment.
Yeah. Tom's a great guy, but yeah. I believe top 4 was it Gdansk? Stuttgart last season?
No, it was Gdansk.
Gdansk. Oh, I got my Europeans mixed up.
Gdansk. Yeah. It was either last season or the season before, and
It was
and
last season, I believe.
it was last season, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And a really great player, great part of the UK community,
Mm.
a really hardworking both player and uh, manager, I'm sure as well. Really, there for anyone. And I'm gonna steal exactly what you said there, Sam. If you end up on Tom's team, definitely don't be afraid to talk to him. He's definitely one of the people that's really worth getting some insight from, and talking to, and absorbing the skill that he's got in the game.
Yeah, so are we going to see a Poplio's rerun? Are we going to take 2 crowns in a row? I don't know. I've seen the team lists. Every single team looks very, very strong. All the managers are kind of crazy this year. So as much as I would love to say, we're definitely going to see Poplio's go all the way, there is going to be some naughty competition to try and take them down. So let's have a look-see at one of the next teams. We have the Zero Gate Zoroarks with honestly what I think is a crazy looking logo, right guys?
Yeah, that's some nice logo. That's
Like,
that's taking me back to some days of My Chemical Romance. Some real good times back then.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Damani really. If you guys want to enlighten me as to who this guy is.
Yes, absolutely. I've just seen in chat that there was oh gosh, apparently I've missed a fun fact, so that's my bad. One sec. I mean, from a personal perspective, I do actually know Damani. I've spent a bit of time with them, especially during EYC this season. We spent a lot of time together, just kind of chilling after the event, talking, chatting, catching up. I've actually played them a few times, and I'm pretty sure I've lost every time we played, barring only once, whereby my only out was a literal crit. The only way I could possibly win our entire game was through a crit alone. I got very, very lucky, and the guilt was immense for it. There is a fun fact, I just forgot to add it because I'm stupid. Again, it's UKITT. What are we expecting? Technical difficulties? Blame Adam, not me. So, they actually beat Wolf Glick in an online best of 3 tour with a Hypnosis Melodic. So, I apologise for not popping that in there, but beating Wolf Glick. How many people in chat or on the casting desk right now can say that they've ever done that before? Because, I can't say that at all.
I can't either, personally.
I've definitely beat him in practice, not in an event. I've definitely beat him in practice.
Oh, okay. That sounds confident. Well, hey ho, there you go.
But hey, you know what? He's not in UKITT, so who cares?
Yeah, honestly, if I could speak, all I'm hearing is that we have somebody who can take down Wolf Glick as a manager for a team, which is, as I say, I can't, as much as people are divided on Wolf, he's a fantastic player, and wow, if you can beat Wolf in a best of 3 with a wacky Pokemon like a Melodic, that's fair play. So, sorry for not putting the fun fact in there, that's completely my bad. I'm going to double check and see if I've not missed anybody else now. My bad, chat. But yeah, fantastic logo. An insane level of play coming from our manager. And again, you're going to notice, we're going to be saying this over and over again, our managers are stacked this year. Now, do any of you guys fancy a bit of karaoke? Because if I'm remembering right, I'm feeling some apple bottom jeans and boots with fur, by chance?
I was about to say, there's no fur on those boots. I'm very disappointed in this logo. You had one
No,
job.
there could be. There's not a lot of detail in that photo. I think it's just being lost in the pixelation. Yeah, I can see the hints of some fur.
You reckon?
Or is that a heel? I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm seeing, but I like to think there's some fur going on there.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Again, I was the person who was trying to collect all of these logos and trying to give them to Raw and to put into this. I then forgot to put things into this. This was one of the first logos I actually got. Our manager, Hi-Hat, very, very keen. I love the logo. I love the team theme. And if Zeke is watching, and if Zeke is playing, because again, I don't remember the team list, if you're on this team, you're gonna love this Applin team, Applin themed photo. I feel like it's like a match made in heaven, right?
I mean, it has to be, and also like he's ready to be attacked by Pokemon players. I mean, look, HR. We have a HR department. If you really want to submit something, do. But it's not very good, so it won't be heard. So attack your manager all you want. Hi-Hat's actually advocating for it. He's been attacked by lemurs, meerkats, an armadillo, and an owl. I mean, why not? Why not someone else? Go for it. Challenge him.
Yeah.
Test him on that.
Get a person, gnaw on your leg. Don't do that. Again, I need to stress, please don't actually let somebody gnaw on your leg, but get somebody to gnaw on your leg, you know. Complete the circle. Oh, excuse me. I'm screaming at you guys now, and I'm really, really sorry. So, if I could click things properly, we have the next team. Now, this logo is gorgeous. If you guys want to take it away with that insane achievement I'm seeing down there.
Oh, wow.
70 Pokemon.
Jesus.
Like, okay, what I want to know, Amrit, if you're in chat right now, which I think I've seen your name coming into chat, I want to know if every Pokemon that's unique, like Bayleaf, Makuhita, Scovillain, all of that was on like just the 6th slot on a team, and you're getting those points for funsies, or if multiple of them have ever appeared in the same team. That's what I want to know.
Well,
I mean,
did
he?
a little info on that actually. This was originally 67 Pokemon until yesterday. It was updated to 70. So the new 3 from literally a couple days ago, it was Kyogre, Wo-Chien, and Whimsicott also added to the list. Bayleaf was with an Eternatus. I have the full graphic right now, as they've kept a real good count. I can list some wacky Pokemon if you want to know some Pokemon and how many championship points they've earned. Should we have a little nosy?
Just a quick one.
A quick one, cool. Let's pick out some wacky ones. So the Scovillain mentioned has gotten 15 championship points, next to Makuhita, also at 15. There is, I believe, a Water Breed Tauros at 32, which is quite fun. Galarian Zapdos has earned 37 points. That's kind of awesome. There's a familiar friend, Magmar, up at 100. We apparently are a big Team Blue fan. 135 points have been earned with that. Weirdly, 188 with a Dondozo, but Tatsugiri, I don't know where it is. That's probably lower down. So imagine running a mech without a pilot. That's like running Dondozo without Tatsugiri. There are such cool Pokemon on this list. I mean, if you're happy to, I would love to send if you can push this out somewhere that people can see it, just so they can look at this crazy list. It's astounding. I'm pretty sure I see a Toedscruel on there as well. Just wacky Pokemon. So what we're seeing is this man can cook. If you think of a Pokemon, an idea, Amrit will take it and sprint with it to earn points. It's not even just I'll put it on a team. It's I'm winning with these wacky teams. It's crazy, guys.
Well, Amrit's going to be a great manager coming through here. Let's keep it moving along here and see who our next team is. It is the Lavender City Tumbleweeds, managed by Conan.
Yes, so I'm going to check my DMs again right now, but I'm not sure if I got a fun fact, or if I did, I missed it. No, I did. I missed it again. Would you believe that? Stream production from UKITT is diabolical. So, I'll read through this one. Apologies, guys. So, they earned a World's Invite in 2016 with a top 32 Nationals run, which is longer than I have been playing Pokemon by a few times, but also even just getting to Worlds and getting a top 232 Nats run. What even are Nationals, Ben? Because I only know Regionals.
They were these fun tournaments that we used to play back in the day. But yeah, Conan's a great player from way back when. I've got this memory of Conan playing a Mega Gardevoir team, and Conan, you're gonna have to tell me if you're in chat. I think I've seen you coming up. Yeah, I just remember this Mega Gardevoir. I faced you time and time again on ladder, and it was so strong. But hey, it's gonna be good to see you back. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. 2015, 2018. Keep coming up against it. Yeah, good to see you coming back into the fore here and being part of UKIT.
Yeah, again, apologies. I've missed things. UKIT trying to sort things is busy. This is why we have Ron here and not Richard, so apologies. Let's have a look at somebody familiar to me from last year. Callum, or Mythical Meteor, running as the team leader for the returning Glimwood Garchomps. Callum, very, very consistent, very, very strong player. They, as you can see from this fun fact, somehow earned more points with Rabombi than Incineroar, and I'm sure we all know the terrifying reign of Incineroar in modern day VGC, right, guys? Like, the creatures everywhere, whether you like it or not. But Callum just said, nah, actually, I don't want to. I'm going to use Rabombi. I've had a few conversations with Cam about it and how in the Days of Closed team sheet formats, the moves on the Rabombi would always change. If you face the same person 2 different events in a row, it would never be the same kind of set to keep people on their toes, which is just so big brain, mixing everything up in a format when you've got to gain information, getting people thinking they're comfortable with things, and then just going, actually, you're wrong, and here's why. It's insane. So that kind of level of play is kind of redonkulous, if you're asking me. We will jump straight ahead because I yap far too much to the final team, I believe.
And it is the Casaroya Lakers here, managed by NJB, locking in for a Birmingham local and winning. And we were talking about this before the stream got started, actually. Winning with Greninja and Breloom on the same team.
Uh-huh. Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to see that team.
I mean, hey, NJB, if you're here, if you chuck us even just a blank page to have a look at, I just remember, I think I went like 0-4 at that local, so I didn't really get to play against them, but it's just, again, another team manager, and we've said it so much, just crazy levels of cooking, how you can just pull up to a local with 2 Pokemon, which, being realistic, do they see much use anywhere? Not really. And yet winning a whole local with Pokemon that aren't really used very much is just ridiculous, really.
You know what?
So
team building is a big skill as far as team tournaments go. So just being able to win with some weird stuff, you gotta love it.
Exactly. So that should.
I wonder if NJB is accepting applications for Photoshop, because that is one hell of a logo. I'm sure Microsoft Paint was well worth the use.
What can I say? Artists are quaking in their boots looking at this. I love all the artworks. I love the charm and the love that goes into the paint ones. I love the ones that are done like more. I'm gonna put it in heavy verbal quotes to say like professional looking. It's the charm of youth.
Yeah.
There's such a range, and you can't hate on anything. It's just great, and it clearly goes to show where Orion's heart is, which is in this game and in basketball.
Yeah, like of
Let's
course.
go with yeah.
Yes, we'll go basketball.
It is,
Sports.
of course. It is.
All
Now,
right.
finally.
Here we go.
Right, trainers, are you ready, or should we just end the stream here? Joking, I'd get battered if I did that. So we are going to jump straight in. So for you guys' understanding, this was done as a snake draft, which means team 1 picks, team 2 picks, team 3 picks, all the way to team 14, then team 14 picks again, and we go back. So, imagine the imagery of a snake. So the order was randomized. There was a wheel involved, and it spun. So that is the order that we saw, beginning with Pormots, ending with Lakers, then starting with Lakers, ending in Pormots. So the first person that was drafted by Cecil or Jack was Lazy Squid, Way. So the person who gave a quote about Cecil was Way, and Way was drafted first. Surprise, surprise. So a name you might recognise from Top 64 Lille 2025 run, Top 32 Birmingham 2025 run. It's a fantastic player, very consistent, and a good friend, which is important for team building. Moving on.
Yeah, we got the Saurus here. First pick, Taran Birdie, Oro Rayquaza. Need we say much more? Taran is a fantastic team builder. I do want to give a shout out as well, because he's a very generous player in team tours. Every time I've asked Taran for a team, he's always just given me the paste. So, you know what? Fair play, Taran. He's going to be a credit to the Saurus.
Next, certainly, Sam Bentham, if anyone doesn't know him. Ben, you'd probably be more acquainted with him being as old as you are. But no, Sam, of course, has a couple of regional wins, or regional top eights from around 2019, 2022. But he did get top 32 at Birmingham and Seville this year. So Sam's coming back into things. Obviously, definitely worth it with the high draft pick. Yeah, going to the Palfins.
Fair
Scotty's pretty
play.
happy.
Moving on, a name that some of us will definitely recognise if you've been within the VGC scene for past couple of months. This is Jono. The fun fact given was that Zine has asked me for a picture 3 times, so clearly that's prestigious, and we'll ignore the fact that they've had 8 regional top cuts, so a strong player that's been drafted for the Patacakes there.
Yeah, and just won the most recent Victory Road Tour, if I'm not mistaken. So, fair play, Jono. Go, bros! Sweep the leg. Go, bros.
Does anybody
Thanks,
be said
Cammy.
by that one, Ben?
Love you, Cammy.
Of course. Yeah.
There we go. Ben jump scare. Love to see it.
Golden Cosmos. Jack, of course. Worlds Day 2 last year and the year before. Or, no, Worlds last year, Day 2 the 2 years before. And top 8 Dortmund this year. I think it was Dortmund. Germany, anyway. Yeah, no surprise him going this high.
Now, the next one is a player that I think we all know quite well, though the Discord username may be different. If I was to tell you 3 words, let's go Dill! Drafted onto the Cobalions. I feel like a lot of us will know this player. They are a absolute rising star in the community. Second place EUIC. The run was crazy. I feel like a lot of people know them, have heard of them, have watched the streams and had their eardrums broken by how loud everybody was cheering. So I feel like a player a lot of us will know here. So yeah, Dill drafted onto the Cobalions.
And
Swamp,
Oscar
of
Swamp
course.
joining the Poplios, of course. Yeah, great player. And getting, winning the 2023 Malmo Regionals in seniors, getting top 8 at NAIC as well in seniors. But we all know seniors doesn't count. But done very well, of course, in masters as well. Winning so many locals. And if I remember rightly, they won a locals that I played against them in Reading with a Surf Dondozo that was very, very evil. So shout outs there.
Yes, absolutely.
Firebubble, Lum. Yeah, she had a long break from VGC since 2013, 2014. Came back about a year and a half ago. And yes, had some really strong performances, like winning a cup, top cutting a few cups, top cutting a few challenges. Barely got to majors, but lost her winning in against Eric Rios at Stockholm. Also had a round 1 loss against Michael Erbest. So facing both finalists in a regional run is pretty tough, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, imagine getting that far to have the winning-ins. Fair play to them for that one. So, next person to be drafted joining the Applins team is Matsby, somebody who has played in and or managed every season of UKITT so far. I think one of the biggest achievements is an undefeated Day 1 run in Worlds 2016, amongst a jotillion other achievements. Notable Dynamax hater, lol. Let's hope you don't get pulled into a wildcard format for Sword and Shield. So yes, drafted into the Applins. Looking ahead, however, we have
Ooh, Gatronics. Yeah, this is Oscar. They've put in here, and I really do want to give a shout out to Oscar. I remember interviewing them after they beat Eric Rios on stream in Stockholm, and I was rooting for them the whole way through. They had such a great tournament, and it's so good to see them here in the local scene as well. They put a lot of work into both their building and their playing, but also now seeing them move that over to the team league formats. I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do for the Champ Pals.
Then we have a familiar face.
Tumbleweed. Yeah, Eden Batchelor, of course. Current Stuttgart regional champion, former UKITT manager, top 32 EUIC this year, Spikeman Invitational champion. I mean, there's not much. We've already talked about Eden earlier. Yeah, they're just a really good player. Current regional champion, need to say more. If anything, being picked at 12th for a current regional champion could be a bit of a value pick for Tumbleweeds.
Honestly, you'll see later on. I've seen every one of these picks. The order is crazy. There are so many good players that are drafted onto these teams. And speaking of another familiar face from our casting team, we have Jack Marshall or Jarshall, multiple day twos. Nice to note that Callum from last year has redrafted Jarshall, as Jarshall was actually on that team last year as well. So clearly a good synergy between the team manager and one of the players here. Insane amounts of top 64s. Top 32 Liverpool 2024 World Cup UK player as well through Victory Road. So I'd like to say a player with a lot of prestige who is again also on our casting bench for this season. So that's going to be quite interesting to see.
Love to see that. Love to see Chris being added to the Lakers CDVGC, and plays in a lot of locals, plays in a lot of regionals as well. Still looking for that big regional performance, but when you've got 7 local wins to your name, I think you've got a good chance of being able to take that to the regional scene and being able to qualify for Worlds in 2024 as well. So lots of good stuff to say about Chris, but glad to see him getting onto a team as their first pick.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to reconfirm, we're now going to see another player get added to the Lakers team, as in the format of the Snake Draft.
Yeah, JJB, Josh. Josh finished the season on 603 CP, so having 600 championship points, obviously very good. He said he's not playing any more events this season, so finishes on that amount. But yeah, hard trick room player or Calyrex Dondozo. So a lot of people will be happy. A lot of people in the chat will be happy to hear it. Another hard trick room player, so great. He also finished 25th at EOIC, finishing 6th in Swiss standings after day 1, beating Wolfie Glick. So I mean, we have another one in the chat. I know none of us were able to do it. I know you beat him in practice, but Ben, but we have another person who beat Wolfie in a tournament.
Yeah. So it's just strong players. You'll hear me say it another 100 or so times. But looking at the next person down, a familiar face to UKITT. Last year running as a manager, and this year noted that UKITT calls you like the void. You're always drawn back. Jamie Keane himself has been drafted onto the Garchomps team. The accreditations were noted as 2025 Ace Trainer, though I'm sure you guys in chat and even probably Ben will be able to tell me there is a lot more to Jamie, but just playing it cool on the applications to see where things take them and see which team they get drafted onto.
Yeah, Jamie, a fun player, but let's move on to... Do you know what? I can't actually say those words all in a row, so I'm just going to say Daniel joining the Tumbleweeds here. I really like this, actually. I'm not too familiar with Daniel, but what they say is that they're not done clicking Nasty Plot Astral Barrage yet this season. So big shout-outs for that. And doing very well on the UKCP leaderboard as well. So, real props to them. I'm sure the Tumbleweeds are going to have a good time with Daniel.
Yeah, I second that as well. Very, very strong player.
JPI, Josh. Top 64 Birmingham this year. Was 8-3, Team Europe MVP in Spear Pillar Regional Rumble last year, and also has terrorized locals with their dumb teams. Good pickup here for the Chen Pao. Josh is going to be a great asset to their team. Also, first time with the UK, I believe, is he? I really enjoy having the players.
JPI was in the Cobras last year.
Oh, was he? Well, more you know. Apologies, Josh. Oh, I see. I read the wrong. I read the wrong description. Apologies. Apologies. Well, who cares about the Cobras anyway?
Whoa! What is?
Not me. Not me.
Yeah, we'll move past the caster bias on the Silicobra team. Looking ahead to the Applin team, we have one magician, or a name that some of you might know better as Vikram. The list of accolades goes on further than mine ever will. Lille Regional Champion 2025, Birmingham Finalist 2025, EUIC Top 8 2025 in the Seniors Division. So I cannot imagine the havoc that they're going to cause aging up to Masters very soon. Very, very strong pickup, and very, very early on as well. As I say, this draft is crazy. Things will get weirder with some of these picks, and you go, oh my gosh, these players have some achievements under their belt. So moving on.
Yes, speaking of players with achievements under their belt, Femi Blue Breath is a great player, someone that I see quite regularly in the local scene as well. Getting the World's Invite last season, getting multiple day twos, getting top 32 in the GC, one of the GCs that went on this season. You can't really argue with that, especially the ability to team build properly to be able to do it. And they say it's absolutely true. Really nice getting some extra practice in.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on.
And if I can talk about this guy, first Irish player off the board, Brian George Hanley. Very, very close friend of mine. Really good guy. So happy to see him drafted this team. Swamp as well as a friend of mine, so seeing Brian and him on the same team is going to be fun, as well as Tom. He was on the World Cup of Pokemon team with Ireland that finished top 8 this year. Was UK finalist last year with the Palafins and Scotty. So switch sides, kind of like, if anyone knows basketball, like a Kevin Durant move, switch from the Palafins to Poplios from finals. So happy to see George and Brian there again. Really happy. And if we want to move on from Brian, one of my good friends, we move on to the next pick.
If you'd like to take the lead.
And Connor McCormack, Bomber, another Irish guy, back-to-back Irish picks for the Cabalion. Friend of mine, going to a friend of mine's team, Matt. Love to see Bomber here. Bomber is one of the best Irish players as well. Two of these guys going back-to-back is fitting. Great seeing it. Top 32 Stockholm this year. Last year, top 6 for Liverpool. Again on the Irish World Cup Pokemon team. Bomber's a great guy. Always up for a bit of fun after regionals and events. Is noted that he left our door open in our accommodation after EUIC 2017 after crowning Shohei Kimura with the nickname Show Heineken Kimura after handing him a can of Heineken in the club. Shout out Bomber, very big fan of Bomber. So happy to see him in this tournament again. Last year's my teammate. I'm waffling a bit, but really good friends Bomber. Happy to see him. I'll take it away.
No, we love a gush. We want every player to have their time in the spotlight. And speaking of, I feel like this is somebody everybody knows, right?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, just a little bit here. Looking like it's Joe joining the Typhlosions and wanting the opportunity to meet people, get some practice in. Top 16 of EUIC 2024, top 16 in Dortmund 2025, and getting Worlds in 2024. So, again, just another player, someone that we all know and love, but also one that's going to be getting a little bit of wins, hopefully, for the Typhlosions.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. If you could lend me a couple €100, that'd be great. Kidding. Love you, Joe. Moving swiftly onwards to the Silicobras, which we either have a lot of bias for or against. Take it away, Sam.
Ooh, Marion Ross here now. Want to just play just because it seems chilled out, but obviously a really good player. Top 6 for Dortmund this year with Terra Ice, Blizzard, Gastrodon. Always like to see Gastrodon, one of my favorite Pokemon in it. And Terra Ice, Blizzard, I mean, when you're getting Storm Drain boosts and it's going unused sometimes, using Terra Ice, Blizzard, you're going to kill some things or knock out some things. My apologies. But yeah, and 17th at Liverpool last year in 2014. A great player, Ben. I'm sure you'd be very happy to have you on your team. Much to my
certainly. Yes, yeah. Ross is a great guy, great player. And moving on to the Padacates, joining Jono in that team is going to be Mort, and quote, return of the Mort. This season coming in here, lots of old stuff. Getting a bunch of points in the 2019 season. Doing pretty well on the online ladders, that sort of thing. Good guy, good to talk to, and a little bit of historic achievement. So love to see it.
Yes, absolutely. Now I'm going to carry on the train of speaking what people have already spoken about. We have Shawnee Boy 335. This iteration is just seemingly hitting perfect in terms of team composition. Main goals, we want to meet people. I say we, Sean wants to meet people, wants to get to know the community better, wants to build teams of people so that everybody can benefit, everybody can grow as a player, as a trainer. Fantastic series of achievements that I can honestly just keep listing over and over. Loads of day twos, and again, another one of our fantastic casting team for this year. If we go back a million slides to see that beautiful face, Sean, welcome to the Palafins. Whilst up next we have
Yeah, the Greek
of course,
koala.
Costa.
Young Costa here. We talked about him a little bit before. One of our commentators, both on the EU circuit, but also, of course, in UKITT. Lots of gaming pedigree to go with as well. Getting some pretty good top cuts, getting top 64 at Cologne in 2019. Doing some other things on the EU, the online ladders, excuse me, and getting day 2 in Bologna last season. If I remember rightly, winning his winner there on stream. That was a pretty good moment.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one. Calorex Ice, I believe, a Trick Room believer, if I'm not mistaken. So keen to see how that goes, because Trick Room is my bane. But next up, we have somebody who is not my bane at all, Sam.
Dan. Yeah, Dan, of course. Again, friends with Way. This team is going all out for chemistry. Listed his most proud achievement as working with Way and Jack Baker to build a team for Birmingham, which Way piled downstream to a top 32 finish, and Jack also used today too. So this team, the Palmots, they're just going for chemistry. I mean, it's great. If your team loves playing for each other, loves building together, they're going to play well. So obviously Cecil is drafting his team very strategically, in that regard anyway. And we can move on to their next pick.
Yeah, so this is when Jack got a second pick in a row, and what's this? I just seem to be grabbing everybody who is part of our casting team. We have the one and only Zoe Liu, OCIC winner. How many people can say they've won an international championship? Because I can say I'm nowhere near. A player with a lot of prestige, lots of experience from in 2017, and somebody who is very active in the community in terms of casting, going about and seeing these events, seeing the metas change, with a big goal in wanting to get to know the players a bit more in a similar position to yourself, Ben. Somebody's very keen to really jump in with the communities, see who's who, see how things are growing and changing, which is just going to be a good experience for everybody, right?
Gotta be. And somebody that's going to have a good experience this time is going to be Captain Oro or Simon. Well, yeah, he was playing for Tom's team last year, the not the Poplios. What am I talking about? Where's the team on here? Am I getting the
the Soarers?
Is it the Soarers? Was it the same
Soarers.
team?
Yeah.
It's the Soarers. Okay, all right. I'm getting myself all mixed up. But he was saying it was like really enjoyed playing last time, and winning definitely did help his enjoyment of the game. But he wants to carry on and do that again and help others grow in the game as he has over the years.
Yeah, we've got a lot of players, a lot of prestige coming. And speaking of, we have Azra, or known as Bread VGC online sometimes. So 2 names you might have heard of, absolutely terrorising your locals. Who is a very, very consistent winner. I believe they've had a very, very good run with UKITT previously as well. So really looking to capitalise on some previous success and just taking it all the way, hoping to see some more victories. So we'll never know until 7.5, 8 weeks down the line. But they've been very, very driven, very, very ready to go. So I'm keen to see what Azra's going to be up to.
Definitely. And next we've got iSalad coming in, and a really fun player that's been in the community a long time, got a lot of experience, of course, going 6-3 in Liverpool once, going 6-2 in the London Open in 2022 when Worlds was in Europe. Bring that back, please.
Right.
And just a really good guy, really good fun to talk to, and done pretty well in UKIT previously.
Yeah, so I wanna highlight everybody having particularly good runs, moving in with Breloom. The numbers are far too high for me to count, as I physically can't count that high, but Aaron, or Breloom, is a senior that I think I've faced about 7 times and beaten maybe once if I'm lucky. An absolutely insane series of achievements. 2-time regional champion, 2 times GC top 8, regional finalist, regional top 4s, regional top 8s, EUIC top 16s. Like, the list goes on and on and on. You know, you'll look at some players and think, oh, you're young, and you'll think, wow, I can't believe I got 2-0'd quicker than one match from another table has even finished. So Aaron or Breloom, insane pickup, insane player. I'm terrified to see them when I when I sit across them from them at the table. So yeah, locals just go crazy whenever Aaron rocks up.
Yeah, I will not attempt to be deciphering that name. I'm just going to call him Rory. Looks like an Irish-based name, so I'm very comfortable with that. Says that they've never done an organized long-term event like this, and seems fun, which it is. Rory will be very excited to hear that. But his achievements, he was 9-3 at EUIC this year, finishing 33rd. Other than that, a lot of 6-3s and 6-2s at regionals, and a few top 10 showdown ladder placings. Obviously has potential there with a 33rd at EUIC. A big achievement. 1 spot away from prize money, but he says he's not bitter. I would be bitter, to be honest, if I did that well. But yeah, Rory's drafted to the Typhlosions.
And the Cabalians taking P3DS. Here, played in the last 6, of course, Phil, a well-known player in the UK VG scene, liking Perish Song. So not quite sure how he's managed to be liked so much, but still, he's managed to achieve it, and that's definitely to his credit. Going all the way back to 2014, playing, won some locals, played on TCG, played in VGC. Really nice addition to the Cabalians team.
Yes, absolutely. Now, somebody that some of you may know, some of you may not, we have Above, or Alex, really looking to get back into the scene after not playing since the Birmingham Regionals, which was at a date and time that I don't remember. Was that last November? Or am I crazy right now? Was that a January one? Regardless,
Birmingham's January.
Birmingham was a long time ago. Apparently, I need to lock in and remember some of these dates. So, really taking a break and wanted to come back with, I mean, what I'm going to call the most prestigious event of the entire, of just Pokemon full stop. Coming back into UKITT, having some nice top 32 finishes in Gdansk, top 64 Birmingham 2025. So a real good run to then start taking a break from. So fair play for picking Alex there. Real good, strong player right now.
Well, no better time to talk about Liam Westy, VGC. Did really well today at Bologna. Top 8, I believe. Great player. Day 2 Dortmund this year. 5-0 to 5-3 UIC. I know that feeling. Top 8 Dortmund seniors last year, top 8 Bologna this year, multiple online tour wins, day 2 virtual or VR tour in January, and greatest achievement was beating Amrit this weekend at Orpington. I love to see that. After all those achievements, having that is great to see. Very funny, Liam.
No, we love that. We love that energy. Let's keep that rivalry going.
All right, Crystal Kiwi coming in for the Uplands. Chris, wanting to play UKITT, love to play a strong player and learn from their experience. Really nice to see. I love that motivation there to be getting involved. That's what this tournament is definitely all about. Top 64 at EUIC in 2025 and getting top 128 in one of the GCs. So, yeah, definitely nothing to scoff at there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Oh gosh, I need my mouse. That would help, wouldn't it, guys? So, looking next, we have Crystal Kiwi, or 17 Cats. So, somebody who's been forming a lot of relationships with people, both internationally and locally, and really wanting to knuckle down, find a team that they get on with, and basically try and win with a really strongly put together team. Team building is very important with them, and they've hit such achievements as top 32 regional in Liverpool, Hatterene Series 2 top 8, Series 5 top 4, and if you've been part of the r/VGC Discord, you'll notice that that's a very prominent name that you'll see messaging about, pinging out announcements and stuff. So a very prominent player in the scene, looking to hope to take the Chien Pals to a victory this year.
And another Irish player has hit the board. Madeline Starling, new addition to Team Ireland. We found her first from being on our CP leaderboard, and yeah, she's been performing very well this season. Yeah, just been killing it. 5-3 Birmingham and Stockholm regionals. Won many top four or many four-person locals up in Scotland, I believe. But with Irish heritage, we will accept her all day, every day of the week. 6-6 at USC this year. And used soaked Tatsugiri before it was cool. Very excited to see starting play. Big snaps, love from the Irish again.
Nice to see some love there from the Irish. The Garchomps showing some love for Draxolotl, and yeah, they want to win. Simple as that. Drax.
Yeah, that's one of the best
stuff.
descriptions I've ever seen.
I want to win. That's it.
I want to win.
But yeah, Drax was a player on the Silly Cobras last season. Very active, did a lot, and they had some crazy teams that they were bringing, and the Garchomps are lucky to have them. So there'll be a good bit of representation for the Garchomps for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So moving on to the first third of the draft being completed, we have Axfin or Alex, who thoroughly enjoyed playing last year, and as a common theme that you'll see kind of repeated amongst the players, people love the idea of networking through UKITT, having a team to build with, to learn with, to grow with, and apparently, as everybody is very clear about, wanting to win with. So they were a Seville special event, top 32, loads of top cuts in challenges and cups and wins, obviously. 4-1 in the last UKITT season, which is a pretty banging record. I'm quite sure that's 4 more wins than I got compared to last year, so insane work right there. Moving onwards.
Finally, onto the new page, Ben Fulcrimp. Very active in the London South East scene, but he feels it's a great way to engage with the rest of the UK. Top 32 in Seville this year, multiple cup or in challenge wins this year, and 4-1 in UKITT last season. So a returning member for UKITT. So obviously 4-1 last season, great player. Yeah. Ben, I think that's all. Ben, I think that's all that needs to be said about you. Really good player. Lakers are very lucky to have him, especially falling this late, being 4-1 last season.
Lovely stuff.
And it's Nita Rich coming in. Rich, well, I love this. Rich is an old hat in VG. One of the UK's best players from back in the day. Still in the community, still going, and community. And waffles. Don't forget the waffles. Is what Rich says. Fair play, Rich. Yeah, can't argue with that. Lots and lots of regional top cuts. 8 to his name. Getting top cuts in nationals. Getting a world's qualification as well. Keen Lapras enjoyer as well. I didn't know that about you, Rich. But you know what? Fair play. Gotta love the representation there.
Yes, yes, there's an important note there. Apparently the better Rich. That's because every time that we've played, I'm pretty sure that Rich has beaten me. So they have claimed the title of True Rich for now. If I'm playing, there might be a rematch. We'll never know. Ooh, moving swiftly onwards, we have Subzad or Jack Kent. Again, another familiar face from our casting team this year. So they're quite new to the Pokemon scene. They probably started kind of playing VGC January 2025, so a very, very recent player, yet that's not something that you can take away from them. Getting a 4-4 finish at EUIC this year, which is, being completely honest, really, really difficult considering that level of play. Winning a Bristol Cup in January as well. Started playing same month, winning a cup, which is crazy. 71st in TPCI for Global Challenge 4. So a real list of achievements in a very, very short space of time, which is honestly really, really impressive if you're asking me.
Yeah, Josh. I feel like I've called every person on this list who's been Josh. Maybe it's just coming to me. Josh +1, Josh. Yeah, Josh, UKITT was his first entry into Pokemon, which we love to see. First taste of a competitive environment, having made connections, which is what we want to do in this league, is build a community, make people more involved, get people playing Pokemon. They have, let's see, last season they played with Typhlosion, season before Typhlosions. Kareem's probably annoyed they didn't get him again this season. Overall 6-4, I think, in UKITT. 4 challenge wins and one cup top 4 this season in his first season playing properly. And then he's attended Liverpool, Lille, Birmingham, and EYC with a range of results. Doing pretty well at most of them. 5-3 at Lille seems pretty good. Yeah, Josh, welcome back to UKITT for your 4th season. Sadly, not the Typhlosions this year, but maybe you can get one back and beat the Typhlosions this year.
Stiff.
We'll have to see how that shakes out. See if they're in the same league. Well,
I just love mixing the
getting
pot.
poker replays VGC. It'll be their 3rd season playing actually, and they're wanting to really show how much they've improved and play against some really strong players, meet new people. Of course, that is exactly what this is all about. Top 300 in the Global Challenge 6. VR April Challenge 7-3 record, which is no mean feat actually. The VR challenges are very, very highly contested, and getting lots of online tournament wins and top cuts.
Gosh, stiff competition. And speaking of a player which some of you guys may well recognise, somebody who played right the way back through to 2017, hitting top 16 in Sheffield. No, that would have been a regional, was it? Sheffield. That would have been a what are the Nats, right? Liverpool top 32, EUIC top 128. Recent achievements haven't been slacking either. Birmingham top 128 in 2025, 2022. Liverpool 10th place. So a tenured player. Good experience, insane plays, really. You can't fault any of that. Again, more achievements than I will probably ever have. So fair play to Megan. Welcome to the Zoroarks.
Yeah, Shiny Caterpie. Says that they love playing older formats, so keep an eye for them in the wildcard weeks. Going to the Poplios. Says that they're a bit rusty, but they do have a lot of experience here with 4 Worlds invites, 1 regional win, and experience in numerous formats. They say that's from pre-2020, but I mean, any experience is good experience, especially with a range of results like that. That's really serious.
Definitely, if you want to play Rachel in 2019, be scared of Rachel from back then. That's the year that she won her regional championships, and what was it, 17? It was one of the two. Either way, brilliant player. Her first Worlds invite in 2013 as well. So real one of the old guard. But moving on, Cabalians, the AG, April, wanting to improve playing at Pokemon. Don't we all, Rachel, April? And you know, I think that's definitely one of the great things about UKITT. Top cut a bunch of locals on 1-1, getting a large event 5-3 from Lille 2024. So yeah, love to see that, and love to see continuing on the grind on the improvement.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of somebody who's on the grind, we have, I'm going to butcher this, aren't I? Delucius, I want to say, or Lucy. Somebody who, again, very keen to meet some new people, build with some newer players, and basically develop skills to round themselves out, cutting challenges, winning challenges, playing in and actually winning part of draft leagues, coming up to Birmingham locals and absolutely terrorising me. You know, standard behaviour of a pretty crazy player who is really willing to put in that hustle and travel about the UK to make sure we're getting those points and getting those wins. The experience cannot be understated for Lucy. So welcome to the Typhlosions.
Anno J, John, going to the City Cobra to join Ben. Yeah, top 64 in Lille this year with multiple locals and some VGC draft leagues. John, good player. He loves the chance to collaborate with strong players like yourself, Ben, and meet more of the community. So I'm sure you're going to give John a helping hand here. And yeah, I'm sure the City Cobra Kai are very grateful to have John on board.
Definitely, we'll have a good time. Looking forward to meeting John and seeing how they can develop. Gem, Stoner someone I cannot read for love of the money at the moment. But 3rd time at UKITT here, and really enjoys playing. So love to see you coming back here. I'm sure the Powder Cakes are going to be really happy to have you on board. And I think CP at every event that they've been to this season, so you can't argue with that whatsoever. Also, Eternity Stool, maybe can argue with that, but hey, you know what? You've got to do what you've got to do sometimes. So fair play.
I mean, I'd love to agree with you, Ben, apart from when Jem absolutely rocked my world at Nottingham Locals with Eternatus stall, and I could not get around it. So I'll always be an advocate of not liking Eternatus, but sorry, Jem, you know I love you really. I just can't deal with slow teams. I just am really bad. Moving on to the Palafins pick, we have Squirly VGC, or Sam. So they are a player who has been slightly less active with VGC over the past couple of years, but exams, school, life gets in the way. So really looking to kick back into gear, get back into the Pokemon circuit through, honestly, one of the most prestigious events we have, being UKITT. So they have quite a list of feats. 2022 Seniors Liverpool, runner-up. 2022 Seniors Spring GC, runner-up. 2022 Seniors 10th and Top Cutter World Championships. The list goes on and on and on. So Sam, a really, really strong pick, now looking to lock in, dedicate a load of time, and potentially bring the Palafins for a win.
Yeah, the Saurus picking up Scarf from UVGC or Jacob. Jacob said he wasn't very happy with how he played last year, so he's going to give it another go. Love to see that. Has some really good results here. Multiple Cup and Challenge wins here. Top 256 at NAIC 2024, top 128 Stockholm 2024. This year, top 128 at Lille. But yeah, so Jacob really looking to bounce back from what he called a disappointing season last year. So hopefully Jacob, when the Saurus can, well, soar, to say the least.
Love that. And Paul Mott's picking up Typically. Well, I'm not sure if a wildcard format can be marrying one of the tournament organisers, but I think if both teams agree, that can be definitely a format. Fair play. Ali, and obviously, if you don't know, Ali and Ron got married in Hawaii last World Championships, so congratulations to them both. Unfortunately, Ron is not going to be able to fix any of the matches this tournament, no matter how much he tries. So it's going to be all on Ali to prove themselves as a player, and they've had a bit of tournament experience, but I think looking to improve that this year and have a bit of fun playing the game. Love to see it.
I mean, all I'm saying, if there's a pretty ring put on my finger, I'll consider a little bit of bodging. That's a joke for legal reasons. Moving swiftly onwards, we have the secondary pick from Cecil's team, the Pormots, which is Semaphore, or as they may all be known as Violane. So I believe I've pronounced that correctly. If not, I'm really sorry. Wanting to jump into UKITT to again be part of the community. They're one of Scotland's top locals CP earner, which is really important to note when they've cut every single event that they've attended in the 2025 calendar and have received, top 512 at EUIC. So crazy team builder, great list of accolades. Cutting every event you've been to is kind of mad. So a real good pickup for the Pormots right there.
David Bob, 32, going to the Saurus. He says he hasn't played something like this and want to improve himself as a player because he's not able to attend as many physical locals as some other people are. But he hopes that his manager will be able to broaden his horizon of teams. So Manny, you have a challenge in your hands. Take David and push him to the limits. He said most locals he has top cut this season that he's been to. A couple of wins, couple of second places. And he's won a few competitive tournaments in his internal group of friends. So great work from David. Manny, you have a challenge. Get David to be the best player in the league. Go.
There you go.
Love to see it. Palafin's picking up Jamie. And you know what? Love this from Jamie. Played last year, really enjoyed it. Coming back again and wanting to team build and play with a bunch of people. Not been to too many regional championships, but made day 2 in Lille once. So shout outs for that for sure. And won and top cut a few locals as well. I'm sure Scotty will be able to make fine work of you this season.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to let somebody else take the reins for this one. There's a mystery name here that's been drawn onto the Patacakes team. If you want to take that one away, Sam. Who's this player?
Okay. That is myself. I am honoured that Andy would take me here. Coming back to the Patacakes for a second season. Going into this, I knew I would probably be on one of 2 teams, and that's either the Cabalion or Patacakes. I'm happy that Andy picked me up on the Patacakes. Sorry, Matt and the Cabalion. You lost your chance. I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you. Just putting some beef. I've already talked about myself enough. Top cut a few locals before. No wins, but oh well. And then as I mentioned before, 4-1 in Stuttgart last year. dropped it, but my most important thing was third place last year in UKITT with the Patty Cakes. I'm glad to be back. Sad that we couldn't get some of our old team back. We couldn't get Matsby back. We couldn't get Bomber back. But me and Andy are back here to set a new stage for the Patty Cakes and really show that we can win it this season without draws. Without draws.
Important note, without draws. So next up we have Potrak or Patrick. That feels like a tongue twister to try and say quickly a few times in a row. So they are looking to mingle with some of the best players in the UK. Obviously I'm not playing, so I'm really sorry you can't quite get that. But the rest of you guys are absolutely banging players. I'm kidding, of course. Everybody is great. Again, looking to mingle, looking to get to know some people, and their achievements are something that I had to reread just to make sure I read it right. They beat Shohei Kimura at EUIC 2024 and then Luca Paz at EUIC 2025. So apparently you just pull some of the strongest players during EUIC and then make them sign the slip to say that you won it. So crazy work from Patrick and a crazy pickup for the Silly Cobras right there.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing Patrick there. Next up in the Typhlosions, we've got McNoon, who was my first opponent in UKIT last season, and they won. So, you know, fair play. It was a good set that we had. And they were on the winning team, the Los Poplios, last season. So getting picked up by a different team this year. Really looking forward to getting involved in the UK community. There are a lot of achievements to their name. So I'll cherry pick a few. Top 16 UK Nationals 2014, Top 32 Sheffield 2019, and, you know, getting 264 CP in this season. No mean feat getting that amount of CP if you've not been able to go to a lot of the regional championships. So, yeah, fair play, Lee. Going to be looking forward to seeing how you do on the Typhlosions this year.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah. Fake Gucci stocks also as Mizutani, Mizutani, Josh Higgins. Played against Josh in last year in Stuttgart, I believe, or I think it was Stuttgart. Great guy. Great to see him on this team. Cabalion. The Cabalion, of course, like, Matt is doing what he does best and just annoying me by picking people I know. So great to see him picking Josh here. He's won a local this year, top cut, several. He's looking to push himself to the next level and improve his current growth. Mizutani, like, great to have you here, buddy. You're in safe hands, of course, with Matt.
Lovely. So looking on, we have another Josh. There's lots of Joshes, as you've said, but this is Josh M and S. So they wanted to play because why not? Which is honestly more of a vibe than I could ever really put into words for you guys, because UKIT is just really, really good for vibes. So a self-described 5-3 mid-bro, but all I'm hearing is that this is somebody who wants to improve their gameplay, get better whilst working with a fantastic team around them, and try and go undefeated during UKIT, then translate that to the next season of VGC to hopefully see some big day twos. So I've got expectations, Josh. Welcome to the Poplios. I hope you smash it, my friend.
And top of the cat coming to the Zoroarks here. Joel played UKIT last year, had a good time, wants to do it again, and feeling like they've improved as a player as well, wanting to prove that. A lot of online ladder results here that they've got to their name, but I do want to hone in on 17th at EUIC in 2023 in the senior division, and to be able to do that. I know we joke that the seniors is not the same as the masters, but there's some great players in the seniors division, and I think that's a really good achievement. So Joel, looking to show their improvement as a player coming into the masters division.
And the Applin pick up Ions. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. Apologies if I butchered it. Ions has not been to local yet, but they said that they plan on going now next season and take serious attempts at some masters. Letting you know firsthand, this is a great way to get more confident in your ability and play more and meet people and get into some circles with people. You're going to have a great time in the server, don't worry about it. And next season when you play locals, you're going to meet lots of new friends as well. So don't worry about that at all. He also says he's a random doubles enjoyer. And there is a link, but I am terrified to click it, so I'm not going to click it.
So I'm going to have a good old guess. That is probably going to be a PSARS document with some really, really wacky looking gameplay replays, which, to be fair, I might have a check out of later. But for now, we're going to look at the next person who has been drafted, which is to the Chien Pao team, which is Mad Squirrel Disease, hoping that spreading that to the rest of their team. There is Jordan. So, hello, Jordan. Please don't bite anybody. They are quite a good Pokemon player. Recent achievements such as Day 2 Birmingham 2025. Unfortunately, lost the winning in to get to Day 2 in Dortmund 2024. But it happens to us all, and even reaching that point is a fabulous achievement that some people haven't reached, me included. So genuinely, I would see that as a win, Jordan. They're very keen to basically up their play. Top cut their first locals with Cleavor in Reg G. If you've tried to run Cleavor, I have. I don't know how you've done that. So again, all I'm seeing is crazy cooking and a really, really good player who is just wanting to take that step further and using UKITT as a means to do that. So yeah, joining in with the Chien Paos. So you'll have a good team around you to hopefully be able to up that play, hit some Day 2s next season. But obviously, UKITT's where it wants to be, and we're going to see a win, aren't we? Maybe. I don't know yet. I'm not from the future. Moving swiftly onwards before I keep rambling.
It's HLL Day. Harriet, been playing since March. So great to welcome you to the community, Harriet. Looking to improve their skills. One of the Nottingham locals, so there's a lot of great players around there. So I'm sure, Harriet, you're going to pick up a lot of skills from the players that are around you. And loving all of the ability to team build and just have a good time with people in UKITT. So yeah, love to see that. Got a third overall in their second Masters Division League Cup as well. So yeah, getting things off to a good start here, and getting enough points in a Chaos Cup at EUIC to win a Pikachu backpack. And let me tell you, that takes a lot of points. So yeah, fair play, Harriet.
Moving on to the Garchomps and Elliott VGC. A lot of local results here. So there's a top 4 league challenge, top 8 league cup, top 4 league cup, and then this year at Stockholm Regionals, 129th. That is unfortunate, one away from top 128. But very good performance there from Elliott. He says he loves playing Pokemon, loves VGC, and thinks the community in the UK and Ireland is very good and it's easy to stay connected with everyone. So yeah, it's a great way to bridge the gap between now and Worlds.
Mm-hmm. Now, moving on, there is a name that a lot of us will recognise, a prominent member on the Pokemon VGC community. We have C-Butty or Cameron. A lot of names, but what I am going to say is there is also a lot of achievements that goes underneath this name. Recently, we've had Top 128 Birmingham Regionals, which was in January, now that I remember when it was, and won, not just Top Cut, won half of the League Cups that have been attended. So a very, very strong player who's looking to really test their past few years of VGC experience within the local community to see if maybe we can see a Lakers team win. So Cam's going to be very keen to kind of kick off that, see if they can help out. So following up with another pick from the Lakers, we have Ben.
We have Whammy. You've been whammed, potentially. There we go. That's it. Wham. Done. He was playing in the Silly Cobras last season, spent a lot of time with Whammy. A really great guy, really enjoys playing. Was really impressed last year with his ability to pick things up and actually want to improve a lot at the game and just learn everything there is to know, and really get right into the details. So he's going to be a tribute to the Lakers. I'm kind of glad that Whammy's betrayed us for this season. I'm going to pretend it was up to Whammy, but obviously Lakers manager doing a very good job picking him.
Absolutely.
The Garchomps picking up One Man Posna and Sean. Sean's been in his second full season of VGC. Hasn't been to as many events as he wanted to, but he's top got 2 out of 4 local league cups, top got 2 out of 2 league challenges, and went 5-3 at Gdansk. So decent results there, especially locally. He's playing for a couple of seasons, really enjoying playing VGC. Lots of friends in the Yorkshire VGC local scene, shout out Yorkshire. And they suggested he signed up, and yeah, sounds like it's a great chance to be more involved in the community outside usual Pokemon locals. So, Sean, great to have you on board. You're in great safe hands there with the Garchomps.
Oh, did you say shout out Yorkshire locals by chance? Because the next player here, Thagan, also known as Faye, somebody who I've met through going to some of the more northern VGC events. They've only just gotten into VGC, looking to grow, looking to just face more people and learn through experience, which is honestly a fantastic way to play. They have top cut Leeds events twice, came second in a challenge, which is again very, very good to see from somebody who is so new. And if I'm not mistaken, absolutely steamrolled through my team. I believe it was in Castleford. So, you know, somebody who's very, very new, showing a lot of promise early on. The growth is exponential, so very keen to see how they play out whilst being part of the Tumbleweeds team.
And the Chen Pals picking up Kylos 4. Kyle wanting to improve their knowledge of the game, compete up against the best players in UK and Ireland, so definitely in the right place there. Won some locals, top cutting locals, and not ever being able to go to one of our major tournaments, our regionals or special championships or our internationals. So yeah, not as much of an opportunity as others to be able to showcase what they're capable of. So here's the perfect opportunity, I think. So yeah, congratulations, Kylos, for getting into the Chen Pals. I'm sure you do very well there.
And moving on.
The Applin, Ben, the extra bandito. Some good results here. A local cut, a top 256 in the Global Challenge 4, and a top 120 in Birmingham this year as well. So looks like a relatively new player in terms of those results, and he hopes to improve his play and get to know the UK VGC more. And you will definitely get to do that, Ben, because everyone here is just so inviting. And don't worry about it; you'll be in good hands here.
Yeah, and speaking of good hands, we are looking to have Salkren, or Salkren as they are known on this form, join the Zorrox team. So a name which previous seasons of UKITT may well recognise, a strong player, a consistent player, somebody who's been in the game for a few years, so will have very, very good knowledge of both modern and, I'm going to say older Pokemon, but it doesn't feel old, but the formats that they're willing to be able to help out with is going to be kind of crazy if you're asking me. Those wildcard formats, if we get those cheeky, let's have a little bit of, say, I don't know, 2016 era kind of formats, then let's just say Salkren is not going to be somebody you want to mess with, and that's not even going to be putting down their achievements in modern Pokemon as well. So Salkren, welcome to the Zorrox. I'm scared for people that face you.
And in the Poplios, N3 Edward Chan coming in and just wanting to be a part of the UK circle in the UK. And it's really nice to have you in here, Edward. 5-3 in 2025 in Birmingham regionals, and going 4-4 in Dortmund in 2024. Lots of local achievements as well. But prefers going to events rather than playing online. And I can really get behind that, Ed. Good to be having you on the Poplios, and I'm sure you'll develop your online pedigree here.
Oh, absolutely. This is the place to do it, isn't it?
Now, the next pick, I feel like I had a bit of a role to play in, because Matt texted me about this next player, Jim9174, or Jody, asked me what he's like, and I could not sing this man's praises high enough. Jody's one of the best up-and-coming Irish players. We have created a VGC Irish Draft League. Jody has won both seasons. He's also won an Irish local, got second to 2 others, and top cuts most locals. I can't say high enough praise about Jody. The fact that Matt got him this low down, to me, is outrageous. Jody's a great player. And yeah, really, really jealous. The Cabalion are looking like a really good team. I'm biased, obviously. They've drafted some of my friends. But yeah, Cabalion looking like a really, really good team. And Jody really just adds to that. He's a great guy. Yeah, bit of a steal there for him.
Oh, absolutely. I've said it before and I will say it again. You'll find that every single pick that is made during this draft, we're going to be going, oh my gosh, these players should have been picked higher up, because by the nature of picking one by one, we're going to see some crazy players go early, crazy players go mid-game, and crazy players go end-game. Every single person who is part of this draft, who is part of this tournament, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. We have such a level of quality this year for all of our players. And speaking of, we're going to be taking a look at Tommy R17, who had a very nice concise application to join part of UKITT, which honestly I respect immensely. They've said that they really want to keep their skills sharp. They want to keep practicing, playing, and bettering themselves during the break from official events. So looking to hone their skills against what is the UK and Ireland's best players here. They've been able to go 5-3 at Birmingham. Very, very competitive when going to locals, as well as winning a few, which again is no mean feat. So fair play, Tommy. Welcome to the team.
And welcome Jagrova to the silly Cobra Kai's. Going to be sweeping the leg with us, Jacob. And yeah, a friend suggested that this was a way to play more Pokemon in the off season as well as locals. So, you know, I think this is a perfect opportunity to keep your skills sharp. And doing pretty well as well. 6-2 at the Dortmund Side Event Cup. Those cups are crazy, crazy strong. All of the players that didn't manage to make it into the day 2 playing again. Long rounds, best of 1. So going 6-2, really, really impressive. And getting some top cut at some local tournaments as well.
Next up, Breezy VGC, another Irish player. Breezy, Zephyr, whatever you want to call her. Really good up-and-coming Irish player. She's top cut 2 locals, winning one recently. I believe this is either the most recent one or the one before it. Yeah, she's been really, really fun to be around. Great girl. Yeah, she's went 4-5 in her first ever tournament in Liverpool. Won a few tours in Limitless, and she is well known to be Murkro's strongest soldier within our realm. She went top 8 in a local tournament we had, Reunification in Dublin in April, and yeah, great girl. Can't say much about her. Great to have her on the team with myself and Andy. Another Irish player to add to our ranks. Can't wait to have you on board.
Fabulous. Now, I'm going to speak a little bit from personal experience as opposed to the application form put in. Now, Jonathan or Bro Metapod does have a very, very nice series of results. 4-4 in Birmingham and Stockholm. Yep, absolutely. First place in Barnsley and Castleford Challenges. Again, winning is no mean feat. But what I want to highlight about our boy Bro Metapod here is the absolute state of some of the controllers that they bring in. Absolutely maxing out the rules of what is acceptable play for a Pokemon VGC event. They have rocked up to events with wheels, like, you know, like a Mario Kart racing wheel type thing, with the pedals, full set. They will rock up to any event with a wacky controller and then clearly smash it out. It is just that absolute controller difference. Now, Jonathan, we're going to see great things from them. They've only been getting better and better as they've been going. It's really intimidating sitting across from that racing wheel with that man going, yeah, I'm going to win with a racing wheel. So fair play, a great pickup in Bro Metapod. Welcome to the team.
How do you follow that? I'm not really sure, but Big Ben is gonna give it a good go. And actually, fun fact about Ben: a top 100 in Ranbat's Blitz on Showdown at some point. That's pretty crazy. I don't know, like I've never played enough Ranbat's Blitz to say, but I mean, playing Ranbat's quick has got to be pretty fun. Also, getting 5-3 at Birmingham Regionals in 2025, wanting to have a chance to compete as a bit more than they had the opportunity to this season, and really enjoying VGC. So yeah, great to have you on the Soras, Ben.
Next up, the Palmot select H Ballistic Penguin or Dawn. Yeah, she was top 128 at the 2025 Gdansk Regional Championships at 5-3. Just 206 Pokemon Championship points, and calls herself a Reg H merchant, seeing as that's where all her half decent results come from. But I'm sure she can play most formats. She wants to improve her play and actually win a set this year. So great from them. It's always great to want to improve, and UKITT's no place like it to have it done.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of improvements, we have the secondary pick from the Palmots being the one and only Legion. I've gushed about them being a TO. I've gushed about them being a caster with us, but we cannot dispute Lee's Pokemon gameplay as well. Most of the time, you will see Lee behind the judging screen, taking away Pokemon from me, but it's very, very clear to note that Lee also just rocks up to events and also just top cuts them as well. Lee is not just a judging machine that takes my Pokemon. He is very, very efficient in playing this game and can rip through locals when he wants to, but sometimes prefers to judge, so maybe looking to, flex the old muscles for keeping present with VGC current formats. So a great pickup from Jack in Lee right there.
Love to see it. Sora's bringing him a fridge. Isaac here. I'm fairly new to VGC actually, and Isaac wanting to improve their play as much as possible and take the opportunity to play in UKITT. Meet a few more people on the scene. Absolutely what it's all about here. Top 4 at local one time and top 8 another, I guess. They say about their results, and 4-4 a couple of regionals along the way. Doing though pretty well on the online ladder pretty consistently. I'm not sure if this is the case, Isaac. Most mid player of all time, basically, question mark. I'm not sure that's the case. We'll have to see as the season goes on. I'm looking forward to seeing how well you're going to do here, Isaac.
Ooh, imagine having a stream ready. And next up,
There's up Zeke, a caster, of course. We've talked about Zeke before. Great guy. Top 2 cups this year, first and second in challenge. 4-4 in Birmingham first regional. We've talked a lot about Zeke. He's a great guy. Once again, experience started in September last year, so chance to learn is always good. You're going to be able to hear a lot from Zeke this season on the casting desk. So he'll be able to talk more about himself and more about you guys. Great guy. Can't wait to work with him alongside him. We've talked about him a lot. I can move on to my Paddock Case teammate, Sark. A really, really good friend of mine, Aaron. A part of the Irish Draft League again. 4-4 EUIC, part of our draft league. Sark's a great guy. Came to a local I hosted down in Cork before. Really happy to have him on my team again. As it looks like now, the Paddock Cakes are turning into Andy just picking up all the Irish players left, which I'm perfectly okay with. We have great chemistry. We talked earlier about the Palma having lots of chemistry. The Paddock Cakes are just going to be very, very chemistry focused. We're going to have a great time, build together. Can't wait for it, to be honest. Sark, can't say much good things about you, buddy. We can move on then.
To Jimbo, lots of numbers. James wanted to get to know the community a little bit better, and great place to do that. Welcome to the City Cobras. Top cut their second local, then went 4-4 at EUIC, and EUIC was pretty hard this year, especially when you're new to VGC. But really, really happy to see it coming and giving this a go, and looking forward to working with you this season.
So next up we have another Richard in Elaric here, looking to get back into the game after a little bit of a self-quoted slump, though I would like to assume that is actually just sandbagging themselves down, making them seem like they're actually not much of a dangerous pick, when in reality we're seeing achievements like top 16 in Cologne in 2019, winning lineup for the Sinnoh Shamans in UKITT, second place at some Premier Challenges in 2024, so somebody who does have a nice bundle of achievements under their belt, so potentially self-sandbagging to trick some people into thinking they're not going to be that strong of a player, and then absolutely going to be coming in with heat, fire and flames. No heat waves because they miss, and I'm pretty sure that Elaric does not miss when they're going for a battle, so a strong pickup for the Typhlosions right there.
And the Cobalion pick up Oliver Zof. So this is first season being in VGC, and it has been nothing short of incredible for him. He's loved it. He thinks UKITT can be a great way to help him grow as a player. He has some great achievements, such as he's top 6 of the March Bath Cup. He's come top 124 or 1024 of the Global Challenges, and he attended EUSC and Birmingham this year as well, doing really well for himself. He wants to have a lot of new friends and building buddies, and he believes he can bring something to his team. He's always asking questions, wanting to improve, and I will tell you now, Oliver, under Matt, you're going to be able to do that, no problem. Matt's a great guy. Don't be afraid to ask, speak up, especially with Matt around you.
Your Poplio is taking Fitcher Wolf, and again, another sort of semi-new player, a little bit of experience behind them, playing since 2023, and doing. I'm looking at these results and I'm seeing some improvement. Going 4-5, the first EUIC they played with Midnight Lycanroc as their first event, but then going 5-3 at 2025 EUIC. So a definite improvement there overall, and doing pretty well in the online scene as well. So looking forward to seeing how they're going to get on in the Populos and improve there. And coming in on the suggestion of another's friend, it sounded fun. Well, we got news to Fitcher. It is going to be a fun event for you, so enjoy it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And speaking of players who wanted to join to have a little bit of fun while sharpening their skills, we have Redo161. Apparently the other 160 weren't quite good enough, as this is peak. And speaking of peak, one of the achievements that I'd really like to highlight here, and for those of you who know, you know, and for those of you who don't, well, there is a place called Orpington, and that is one of the most competitive locals events that you will find in the UK, controversially to some, but I do believe there is a lot of very strong players that will go there, and you'll always hear stories about Orpington. Now, they've won Orpington, which was also the first local event that they ever attended, which is a crazy achievement considering the calibre of players that do go down there. Obviously, we have great players everywhere, but you'll always hear stories about an Orpington and go, oh, Orpington was crazy, Orpington was stacked. Now imagine winning it as your first event. Redo is here to have fun, to meet people, and to stay particularly well trained and in practice for whatever the 2026 season of official circuit Pokemon brings us.
We've had some great nicknames so far. We've had Mad Squirrel Disease, Fake Gucci Socks, and now we have Ninja Meerkat. Or Murray, as he likes being called. Some great names here, but he said he's won a Professor Kite back in Reg D, and his results have been mediocre, he says, to his personal opinion. But he's been top 500 some showdown ladders too, so that's nothing to write, or that's something to write home about. He loves the concept of a team-based Pokemon tournament. He played last season with the Musharnas, and despite only playing 2 matches, he still felt helpful playing multiple team games with people. The vibes were immaculate last season, and he wants to experience it again. Another reason is that he always heavily slows down his Pokemon play on the run up to during exam season. But his is about to end, so more time for Pokemon. Great work. It's very great things to see there, Murray. The Applin will be very happy to see you, and even better with a name like Ninja Meerkat.
Imagine. There we go.
We've got Plaid Hacks. There we go. Hacks coming out here. Callum joining the Chempals. And a little bit of a newer player as well. 4-4 at EUIC 2025. And getting in the top 50% of the locals that they play at. And, absolutely fair play there. And just really enjoys playing the game, wants to get to know people better and improve. And learn more about the game in general. So this is a great opportunity for you to do that, Callum. Definitely going to have a good season, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of a good season, I love talking about our casting team. Apparently, we have Mr. Garden Hose, or Kieran, who is, again, one of our fabulous casting team for the season of UKITT. So, a self-admitted new player to VGC, which is nothing to be afraid of. We all start somewhere, and yet, still being new, reaching the Ace Trainer status in the 2025 season. So, for those of you who are unaware, that is the new status that Pokemon have issued, saying if you hit 200 championship points, which is no mean feat in a season, you'll be given the title of Ace Trainer and win some special promo card, which is really, really exciting. So first season, becoming an official Ace Trainer, hitting top 256 in the Birmingham Regional Championships 2025, and wanting to jump in both as a player and as a caster to really pick up on the vibes, how things are within UKITT. Welcome to every team that you're part of, essentially, Kieran.
We can move on now to Alex, Salty VGC. Yep. Apologies, my stream lagged there for a bit. I thought it was on Rich's end, but it's all my fault. Alex, or Salty VGC, has got top 4 at 3 locals this year, 2 Cups and 1 Challenge, and top 5-12 in the Global Challenge 2. And he just wants to get better as a player and have fun. And in this league, that's all we're concerned about, is having fun, get better as a player, meet some new people. The Garchomps got themselves a steal there with Salty VGC or Alex.
Absolutely. The Poor Mart Warrior not joining the Poor Marts but backing up the Garchomps. Next up, however.
Lakers having Raul Sakura joining them, and mostly playing draft leagues these days, but had solid performances at the Edinburgh Glasgow locals, and helping out a lot with the VGC section on Smogan. And Smogan, for those of you that are unaware, for those that you are very, very well regarded Pokemon community there, I really enjoy the team tour experience. And especially the casual setting to it, really, they really like that. Have enjoyed previous seasons, so again, another repeat player. Many of those players that join do want to come back year after year, looking forward to seeing how they get on.
Yes, lovely stuff. So moving on to NJB's second pick for this round, we have only Embers or Cameron here. Simple bio, simple introduction. Somebody who maybe doesn't need to show off all of their talents, hitting 220th at Birmingham 2025. I'm just really looking to improve my play and have fun. It's simple, it's honest, and when they go undefeated during the first weeks, people can be thinking, "Gosh, this player has come out of absolutely nowhere." I'm excited to see what you end up doing there, Cameron, and a great pickup from NJB.
Panda X or Kerry. She's been to 5 locals and was top 8 in a 7-person event. That's actually I read that part. I didn't actually get it. Top 8 in a 7-person event. That's very funny. Said that she doesn't have many achievements, but didn't come last at her first regular event and signed up for Utrecht. So might have more results soon. I wonder how they did at Utrecht, but that was actually very funny. Top 8 in a 7-person event. I missed that when I first read it. That made me laugh. They're here to make friends and have fun. Rather new to VGC, attend a few locals. So yeah, happy to learn, and the Garchomps again get themselves a good player there with Panda or Kerry.
And joining the Tumbleweeds, we've got Avi.Wav. Avi, one of our casters as well. One of the sort of newer players to the video game, but wanting to bring their community experience from other games along and have some fun team building. And I think that's something that really comes across here. They have a bit of an unconventional take on what the meta's doing, but putting their own spin on it and trying to catch people off guard is definitely something that's really fun to do and worth doing, and something that's definitely going to be worth doing in these sort of team building or team-based events where team building really does play a big impact.
Yes, absolutely. So looking ahead to our next pickup, it is Jacrepid or Jack. Somebody who is very, very keen and active in the UK and Ireland VGC Discord server, really active in the kind of northern communities as well, very present, always willing to give things a go, always willing to really try and cook up as much as possible. They're just unique thinking style. Again, I'm knowing them from personal experience slightly, having unique Pokemon teams, unique compositions, and really trying to catch people off guard by playing slight differences in teams. The way that people end up winning regionals is by having slight differences in what you're expecting to see. You'll see something and go, "Oh, I think I know I'm going to have this," and suddenly a Pokemon survives what would be normally a knockout. Jack is a very, very unique player. They really try their best to catch people off guard, so I'm very excited to see what they're going to be doing under the team of somebody who is also a very, very good team builder. So there's going to be some real synergies between players and managers for this team. So Jack is a great pickup for the Champ House.
Definitely is. And going over to the Zoroarks, the Applins now. Do you know what? I've been reading these names. My dyslexia is definitely kicking in right now. I'm just going to say Sam for the moment. Otherwise, I'm going to butcher this completely. Really good to see joining the Applins there. 4-4 at EUIC and top 4 at the Bath Challenge there. So a little bit of results coming through. And 4-4 at EUIC is definitely an achievement that you can't turn your nose up at. And they're saying how much of a fun event it looks like from last year. And they were sad to miss out. So, they want to help grow and meet some more people in the VG community. And that's definitely something that they're going to be able to achieve. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Great stuff coming from these players. Next up, we have Ikefar. Ikefar, I think Ike because I see Smash. Ikefar, or also known as Alex, somebody who was going to the Birmingham Regional and hit top 16 in the VG Cup as the side event. So Sunday is day 2. There are 2 300-person cups, basically a mini regional of their own, and hitting top 16, and that is kind of ridiculous. Hitting multiple top 4s at local challenges as well. Alex is a force to be reckoned with, being able to hit such a high ranking at regional level cups, which are ridiculous amounts of stress to go through. Great pickup for D-Man on the Zorowalks there.
And the Populos pick up another Irish player, Aina H. Aina is a senior in Ireland, has won or cut most events he's been to. I believe 5 locals they've won. Haven't been able to travel yet for events, but really happy to see Aina here. I believe I was Aina's first opponent, or maybe second opponent at an event in Dublin a couple of months back. Really, really cool kid. So happy to see him here. And yeah, can't wait for the Populos to get a steal in Aina, because he doesn't go to a lot of events outside of Ireland, but trust me, you've got a great player there. Very mature kid. Will be able to take on board everything. Yeah, great kid. Can't say that much more good things about him. Yeah, and then we can move on to the Cobalion. And Dave IR8. IR8. Again, like you, Ben, I'm feeling like I'm just reading a lot of names right now, and everything is just not working.
There's a lot of words. There's a lot of words.
There's a lot of words.
Yeah.
A lot of reading, but I'm feeling just everything spewing out of my mouth. Dave has managed to get 200 CP for 2025 season, most from Birmingham and Nottingham local. So, Rich, you must be pretty acquainted with Dave. He played in UKITT in 2024 and is keen for more. He enjoyed the collaborative aspect of the event last season. Joined Jamie Keen's team with the Cup Field Fighters, maintaining strong team spirit even though some losses. Looking forward to working with some new people and likely some familiar buddies too. So hopefully, Dave, you get on board with Cobalion, and Matt will guide you to some victory. Hopefully not a lot though.
Oh, slander there. I mean, we're not going to go into mine and Dave's record, as it does not look good for me. Now, swiftly moving on.
We have Chilled joining the Typhlosions, Tom. And Tom, I've not got too much experience with you. I'll apologise. I'm sure you'll have a good time in the Typhlosions, but a little bit of a fun fact. They like Dawn Wings. So maybe that's something that other teams are going to have to be a little bit prepared for. They've got told that they would have fun if they joined in UKITT this year. Well, Tom, you came to the right place to have some fun. So, yeah, enjoy the season.
Yeah, I'd love to say I can add a beautiful and detailed commentary on Tom, knowing him quite well. However, honestly, that summary is perfect. The man likes Dawn Wings. The man says slay. What more could you ask for from a teammate, honestly? So we'll take a look ahead, and we have IRL Ook, which I assume is IRL Luke, but that's a fun, funky way of saying it, and it's really thrown my brain off now, chat. So they are somebody who hit 4-4 at EUIC and top 512 in the most recent Global Challenge, and again, cannot stress, international level championships, even going even is a crazy feat with the level of players, and the Global Challenge, I'm sure we all have our opinions, but the best of one closed team sheet format is ridiculous, so being able to hit top 512 is honestly kind of nutty, so fair play to you, Luke. I'm keen to see where they go through this season of UKITT. A great pickup for the Silicobras.
Yeah, and moving on, DDXD, another Irish player, of course. Fully, the Paddock Cakes are going all in on Ireland. Andy can't show enough love for that. But I claim credit for Dylan coming into VGC, because he started in the VGC Ireland Draft League, got into the league, and since then has gone to some locals. Actually came second in a local recently, and he's top cut another one. Great player. Participated in the UIC as well this year, I think, as well. Started playing in late 2020, I think, and just started competing in the local scene recently. Honestly, great kid. Can't say much about him, or can't say enough about him. Really happy to have him on the team with me. Between myself, Andy, Sark, and Breezy, we're all just gonna have a great time. It's like a mini little Irish team building here. But yeah, happy to have him on board.
Well, who would win? A team full of Irish players or 404 elephants? That's what I want to know. Jake joining the Palafins here. And do you know what? If they usually go positive in limitless tours and cutting a fair amount at the time, you know what? They'll probably do pretty well here. And went even at a Reg G regional with Magmar. So, yeah, Magmar not so common in Regulation Set G, but still picking it up and doing well with it. And not done a team tour before, so this will be the first team tour that they've experienced. Curious about the format. Well, let me tell you, Jake, you're going to have a good time. So, yeah, have a good season. Enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of having a good time, we've got It Be Asher, also known as Asher by chance, who has started VGC this year. Again, a lot of new players, which I love to see coming into VGC. And unfortunately, they won't be able to do any in-person events for a while. So keen to get in on the UKIT business, see how many people they can end up beating, and trying to take the Soras to a victory. They've gone 3-5 at Birmingham and EUIC, and then 3-5 at Stockholm as well. So somebody who is able to keep consistent results through growing difficulty, like regionals and international. So we're very keen to see where Asher ends up going with this. Joining a great team, the Soras here. It's great to have you.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I'm after getting about 500 messages on Discord about Dylan actually won that local. Didn't come second. He came second in a different local. He won the local. So everyone berating me about that, I apologise. Now, on to Morgan or Kai Mello for the Paul Mott. They're quite new to VGC, but know a lot of the fundamentals of the game, so very happy. They quickly got up to Ultra Tier on cart, ranked in first instance of playing the game during Reg G. The cart is a great way to learn. In my opinion, Showdown is Showdown, but playing on cart's a completely different experience. Playing on cart's more like regional events. You're more experienced with the timing of it. You're more experienced with learning things in real time, rather than going back and Showdown or reading messages. So starting off on cart, in my opinion, great way to start. So obviously definitely some ability there playing on cart. So hopefully in the future we'll see some regional appearances from Kai Mello or Morgan.
And also joining the Paul Motts, we've got the Dunks. Dan joining. Heard about UKIT from locals and thought it sounded fun, so here they are. And yeah, they've won a couple of Reg I. They've won a Reg I Cup, a Reg G Challenge. Noting that both of those events were pretty small, but hey, a win is a win. We take those. So yeah, hopefully you get some more wins this season for the Paul Motts, unless it's against the Silly Cobra guys, of course.
Absolutely, and moving on, we have what I want to say is the Beaver, but the A's before the E, so that's confused my brain. So we'll go with Daniel. Hello, Daniel, and welcome to the Soras. So they were made aware of UKIT by some friends in another server, and because competing in real life events is sometimes difficult, life gets in the way, as we all know. This has looked like a fantastic opportunity for them to jump in, meet people, and keep playing competitively until the next season does begin. So their first ever event that they attended, which was EUIC 2023 and international, they went 4-4. So a while ago, able to go 4-4 at their first event is crazy. So they're very keen to better their own gameplay with each event. So this is a tournament that is perfectly designed for them, facing a wide range of players every single week until we find a winner. Daniel, welcome to UKIT, and I'm really, really glad that you've decided to jump in with us to learn and grow with everybody else here.
And the Palafins pick up B Boop 20 or B Gibbs. They've won one local and one limitless top 8, so obviously some ability there. And they want to try out UKIT and have fun, and you're going to have a lot of fun in this League B. It's a great way to learn, have friends, or make friends, learn Pokemon, talk to people, and yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully you can win. You can add another local win to your achievements. And if you want to move on to the Paddock Cakes once again, I am once again going to talk about an Irish player, Cozy Killian.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, hang on.
Yeah,
Hold the phone.
Okay. Andy
And
might
the Paddock
pick
Cakes drafting another Irish player.
Yes. Okay, right. I had a look earlier at basically who the Paddock Cakes drafted, and at first I was like, okay, I'm on the Paddock Cakes. Then I slowly looked down. It's like Andy just drafted every single Irish person available to him afterwards. So look, I'm not complaining. Killian, that's actually a great pick here. I think the reason Killian falls here is because he just puts his description. Like, Killian, you're selling yourself short. And I will say this for a lot of the people at this stage in the draft, a lot of the times the coaches just pick off what the description says about you. So don't sell yourself short. Be confident in yourself. Be able to tell the coaches, this is who I am. They're not going to think you're overconfident or anything. Just, you're here to showcase yourself, show how good you are. So don't feel, what's the word? Don't feel disheartened by the fact you're at this stage in the draft. More than likely, you just need to be more confident in yourself and write about yourself more. So Killian says that he attended Locals Monthly and attended EUIC 2024 and 2025. Killian's a great player. I believe he definitely top cut a local recently with Koraidon, or not Koraidon, with Como. Como is like a signature Pokemon. And he said that he was only told by a friend to join. More than likely one of the people on our team. So Killian, great to have you on board. Be spending a lot of time with you in the future.
All right, and now it is Dom. I'm gonna say your name, Dom. I don't have enough brain power left to work out what those letters are in order. I'm afraid. I apologise. Getting top 8 at Orpington in 2024, though, one of the local tournaments, and we've talked about it already. How competitive Orpington is. And Dom looking to practice playing VGC, meet new players and team build. Well, Dom, you're in the right place. The City Cobras, you're going to get a lot of team building going on in our server. We're looking forward to working with you.
Fabulous stuff. Now we're going to take a look at our friend Tom Desolad here. Now I'm really bad with online names, but I'm quite sure I've chatted with Tom a little bit again when I've ventured up north to some of these fun, funky, fresh events. So Tom has said that a few of the friends were entering in the tournament this year and was like, why not? Why not give it a go? I love meeting people. I love to get new ideas and new strategies and to pick up some fun teams to play with. So they played at the Birmingham Regional this year, and to a self-quoted, not to great success, but have fun. I'm sure we're sandbagging ourselves here, Tom, but hey-ho, share what you are willing to. I'm glad you had fun because you are going to have an absolute blast here, as the next point that you make is that you have won a local up in Leeds. So I don't want you selling yourself short here, Tom. You are winning locals and you have banging records going. So Tom is a very, very strong final pick for the Typhlosions here.
And the Cobalion pick up Johnsky Rights, or Johnsky. John has top cut several local events pre-COVID, but hasn't played any in-person events since. But he really wants to take part in more events, as he loves the team aspect of playing together and talking to people and battling together. John, you're on a great team, obviously there. I've said this hundreds of times with Matt and Cobalion, looking like a really strong team at the minute. Now, I'm biased because I helped Matt pick some of these players, but that was before I even knew I was a caster, so I can't really say much. Matt, I'm just annoyed you didn't pick me. But you know what, Matt? The Cobalion, you're going to get beaten by the Patty Cakes this year, so this is the rivalry I want to have. Patty Cakes versus Cobalion. We're winning. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Johnsky, you're on a great team there in the Cobalion, all jokes aside. It's going to be a lot of fun building with them. And yeah, hopefully you can do well for them.
Oh, this is a lot of beef. Let's move that onwards, eh?
Here we go. Unity for the win, joining the Poplios here. And they have won Limitless tournament in their season, and they've been playing and practicing quite a lot, and certainly no surprise there by being able to win a Limitless tour. And coming up to the summer, they got a bit more free time on their hands, so want to invest their time in improving as a Pokemon player. So I'm sure the Poplios are going to be lucky to have you there, Unity.
Absolutely. So looking ahead, joining D-Man in the Zoroark team, we have NK Gill 96 or Nathan. Played in UKITT last season. I'm quite sure I pulled one or two of your games for streams last time as well. Definitely a name that is
it was on the Paddock Gates.
And yeah, there we go. And using this year's UKIT as a baseline to kind of see where they've progressed from last season. So I'm very keen to see that. We'll see if we can pick out some stream games. It's randomly decided, so we'll see if that happens. But very keen to note they've reached Master Ball in every season that they've attempted and have played a lot of online tours as well. So they are somebody who is experienced with the online kind of gameplay that we will be seeing from UKIT. So welcome to the Zoroarks, Nathan. Great to have you back this year.
Yeah, Diaplin pick up Connor or Endless Rain on their team. They've been playing VGC only for a month and a half, so he doesn't really have any experience, but he's played local at 1 and 3. But in singles, real 1300s, 59% GXE rank. So a bit of a singles player, but dipping their toes in the VGC. You're going to love it here. You're going to love it in UK. They play singles casually for a long time, picked up VGC in March, wants to play as many high quality games as he can. You're going to have plenty of them in UK. And yeah, as soon as possible. And he says he has catching up to do. UKIT's going to definitely streamline that process ahead. You're going to have a lot of fun playing UKIT. And yeah, the Applin are going to really help you out with that one.
Fabulous.
And we've got on the Chem Pals Code Commode, and that's going to be Chris. And yeah, like Chris, you attended a Darksphere local and didn't come last. Fair play. Fair play. Those locals tend to be pretty stacked. Partly thanks to a buy, but you know what? We take those. Buys can be pretty challenging, having to keep your head in the game. So lots of potential there. Even though they're quite new, I think they want to have a little bit of time investment to improve their VG capabilities. And saying that they are feeling a little bit nervous about their ability, their team sometimes. But hey, don't worry, Chris. This is what this is all about, giving it a go and doing it in a friendly environment. So, Chris, good luck. All the best in the Chem Pals.
And then moving on to the final pick for the Tumbleweeds, it is Pete That Games, or as you may well guess, somebody called Pete, who really enjoyed playing last season of UKIT. Again, we love to see returning gamers and we'd love to see brand new trainers, so welcome back, Pete. They hit EUIC with a Lunala team, which is a really, really interesting restricted to be bringing, and as we know currently, very, very strong one. So I'm glad to see that you've got a nice mastery of quite a common restricted Pokemon into what will be with the standard format of a Regulation I tournament, multiple Master Balls on ladder, and yeah, really enjoyed playing last season. So well done, Pete. Good to see you coming back, and I'm really hoping I'm going to see some masterful Lunala work during this upcoming season.
And last pick for the Garchomps, we have Crunknunk. Brendan here got into competitive recently, so the final event of Regulation Set H. Any excuse to play? Well, this is a great one, Brandon. So I think you're going to have a great season here. So a self-proclaimed perennial mid player, but did top 4 a local once. So you know what? Fair play. One day they'll get there again soon. They say. They hope. Well, I've got a sneaking suspicion if you practice well and enjoy the time that you spend in UKIT, you've got a good chance of doing so. So, welcome to the Garchomps, Brandon.
And it is my honour to present Jamie Dodger, Jameson Whiskey, or Jamie Lee, as he is known in Ireland. One of our seniors, a great guy. He wants to use Vikavolt more and have fun. He's talked about this a bit in our draft league. He's won a couple locals this year, him and Aina. Both of them split a load of locals. They're good friends, so hopefully the Lakers and Lakers and Popdios even have a bit of a rivalry there between those two guys. And yeah, hopefully that he went 2-4 to UIC and got to quarterfinal in draft.
Wonderful. So, chatters, UKIT trainers, casters, judges, everybody who is here, we have completed the draft. So, what this means is all of the teams have now been split into the 2 aforementioned leagues. We have in the Kitakami League the Palafins, Applin Jeems, Castilla City Cabalions, Casseroy Lakers, Twin Leaf Typhlogians, Pommet Paramedics, and Glenwood Garchomps in one of the 2 leagues. These were again randomly generated. I love a wheel. What's the Blueberry League has Silicobra Kai, Postweek Patacakes, Los Poplios Hermanos, Cherry Grove Chiempao, Sky Pilosauras, Zero Gate Zorowalks, and the Lavender Town Tumbleweeds. These are your leagues. If you see your corresponding team, that will show which league worth of trainers you will be facing. So, the final roster, we're just going to quickly dash over. I'm sure you've already picked up on where you are. Now, your managers for your respective teams will be firing out invites to a UKITT 2025 Discord server. When you are in, I will try my best to dish out all of the server roles as quickly as possible so that you can see your dedicated team spaces. These spaces are for you guys to do what you want with. You can chat, you can talk, do all the things that we have spoken about previously in this stream. This is a community space for you guys that can be used as you want. So you will all be invited. Just bear with me whilst I get these roles assigned.
There are a crazy amount of people in the server already. And I think Ron's been inviting people and putting roles in as she's been going, but I think she might need a little bit of help, Rich.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
To get everyone finished off, but she's been doing a great job in the background there all the way through.
And again, shout out to our beloved tournament organizer, Ron, for helping out with all of that. This will not be happening without Ron, so thank you for doing that. We will jump on getting you all into your team spaces respectively. So, to reconfirm, your next piece of information you'll need to keep in mind is the week 1 stream will be on Sunday, the 22nd of June. This means that our week 1 of UKITT 2025 will begin on Monday, the 16th of June, and will finish on the day of stream. So your first series of matches will be done there. More information, more guidance will be provided as we get closer to the time to ensure everybody's going to be involved in terms of who's playing in the week and what formats are done. So give us a little bit of time and we'll pump out everything you will need to know up until that point. So with that, that will actually end the draft itself. How are you all feeling? I see there's a billion people in Discord, a billion people in chat. Here's a red panda because we love red pandas now. Can we have a look at your beautiful faces, Sam and Ben?
Oh, here we go. We made it. We made
We
it.
did.
Lots of players, lots of casters, lots of judges. 2 pretty terrible organisers, but we sweep past those. You know, I think we've had a good time, haven't we, guys?
2 very handsome casters, Ben, I might add.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
only 2.
I shaved for this, it's fine, thank you. You're so sweet,
Yeah.
Sam. If it's not me, you're fired. What? Who said that? So, thank you all for sticking with us. Again, we'll get everything out to you guys as soon as you can. For now, check your Discord inboxes for messages from your managers. If you've seen your name and have not been invited to a server within the next couple of days, drop either myself, Ron, or your respective manager a message. There will be posts with the team list and stuff, so don't worry. This has been a very long evening, and I think I've forgotten how to read, being honest with you. So drop us a message. We'll pick back up in the morning. But, I mean, Sam, Ben, any last thoughts?
It's going to be a great time. Everyone's going to have a good time. This is, you know, first and foremost, this is a community event, and you know, we're all here to win. We're all here to have some fun, and you know, some people just have fun by winning, and I'm one of those people for sure. And unfortunately, I don't have too much fun these days because I'm too busy losing. But you know, we're here for the community. We're here to enjoy ourselves and learn about Pokemon. So yeah, I wish everyone the best until they're facing the Silly Cobras, in which case I will hopefully be a part of sweeping all of your legs in person or online. I don't mind. But it's been a great time. Sam, Rich, you're a couple of gents. Really enjoyed spending the evening with you, and yeah, again, last good luck to all of our competitors this season.
Yeah, I mean, echoing what Ben said, been an honor to present this with you 2 gents. I know reading might not have been our strong point, but I think we proved ourselves that we're able to read at least today. But yeah, look, UKITT's all about community. It's all about having fun. It's a pleasure to do this for everyone. I tried to start some beef with some teams. Cobalions especially. But looking to have a lot of fun this season, make some friends, and yeah, hopefully everyone had fun tonight. Hopefully everyone enjoyed themselves, even if it was a long one for some of us. And yeah, Rich, again, thank you for everything you do, and to Ron as well. I know that you two put in a serious amount of work, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And yeah, Ben, thank you for everything tonight. It's been an honor sharing the screen with you. And yeah,
And
Rich,
you too, man.
final words.
Lovely stuff. All I want to do is echo what you guys have said. Every single trainer that has been part of this draft is a valuable member of their team. I want it to be known that I'm really, really chuffed for all of everybody who's involved, judges, casters, and players, and managers. I know you're all going to put in a massive amount of effort, so from the organisers team, I just want to say thank you. From the casting team, I want to say thank you in advance for these wicked games you're all going to give us. From the judges team, I want to say please don't cause too many issues for us. Thank you, love you. And from a personal perspective, I'm really excited for this. Thank you everybody in chat. This is casting team signing off for today. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening, everybody.